शलामृतं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सहगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांश। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीन बंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे। जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय।
जय।
Hare Krishna everyone. So welcome to the last Bhakti Shastri class of this year. Last class of this module, last class before the exam. So today we'll try to cover chapter 5 and 6 overview, and if you have any questions, we can take that. And just a quick overview what we're going to do on Sunday, which we can cover in the later part. Now, before I get into 5 and 6, anyone has any generic questions for 1, 2, 3, and 4? And yeah, one more thing, everyone, most of you have sent your assignments. Only 1 or 2 devotees have left. If they can send, that will be very nice. I will be sending my feedback of your assignment after the exam. I'm just having a quick overview, and I've just done some formatting for some devotees. So just try to very clear and concise, and then you'll get the feedback after the exam. But in general, the assignments looks all right to me. Again, I've not gone into detail of each question as yet, but I'll be sending all the things in January. So your exam copies, your assignments, and your shloka feedback with your attendance. So all the 100%. So as we discussed last week, assignment carries 40% of the marks. Closed book exam, which is on Sunday, 30%. 20% is shloka recitation, which is 13 verses, and 10% for the attendance. Okay. Any other questions before we start chapter 5? Okay, everyone is Maunam Sammati Lakshanam. That means everyone is fully ready. Only 6 chapters, chalega. Okay, let's see, and we can always ask a little later. So I'll just open this Bhakti Shastri guide. As I said, this is exactly same thing which I have in my PPTs. So we have already covered 4 chapters on the screen. You can see Sandi Niriksha Yoga, Sankhya Yoga, Karma Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. Today we are going to cover Sannyas Yoga and Dhyana Yoga, which Prabhupada translated as Karma Yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. So it's a small chapter 2947. Let's go to the chapter overview. So here it has 6 sections of the very small chapter, but it has 6 sections. The Sanskrit name is Karma Sannyas Yoga. 3rd chapter is Karma Yoga. This is Karma Sannyas Yoga. Anyone know what's the difference between 3rd chapter and 5th chapter? They're similar name. What's the difference between the content of chapter 3 and chapter 5 in general? So they both belong to Karma Yoga. So when the same theme Krishna picks up in Bhagavad Gita, like similar theme will be picked up 7th chapter and 9th chapter, 3rd and 5th chapter. 2nd chapter, later chapter are always deeper in philosophy, and they have application part as well. So the 5th chapter is basically deeper karma yoga with application part of it. That's what we are going to discuss in the 5th chapter. And also it has karma sannyas yoga. Some people understand the meaning as karma se sannyas. So we have to leave the karma, we have to leave the actions, but Krishna is not recommending leaving the action, which actually Arjun was recommending. What Krishna is saying? Renunciation in action. So you perform your duties with a detached mindset, and not only detached mindset, with attached mindset to Krishna. How can you convert that into an offering to Lord Krishna? So section 1, it has Nishkam Karma Yoga, easier than renouncing the work. So chapter will start with Arjuna's question, Sannyasam Karmanam Krishna, Punar Yogam Chasansashi. So sannyas refers to, I'll just take the translations as well, it's easier. So sannyas refers to renunciation, karmanam sannyas. So karma say sannyas. So you renounce the action. That's what Arjun is interpreting. So sannyasam karmanam Krishna. Punar, again, yogam chasanshasi. Then again, you are recommending me yoga. So first you are saying take sannyas, and then you are saying yoga. I'm confused. Yat shreya itayor ekam. So tell me one thing, Krishna. Don't tell me two things. Although Krishna is telling one thing, but Arjun is confused here. He's saying, tell me, tanme bro sunisham. So you decide what's one thing which I am supposed to do, and you please tell me that. And Prabhupada, very nicely, it says punar yogam. It just says yoga. Prabhupada translates that yoga as work with devotion. So Prabhupada is being very simple. I know one devotee was asking, they are not on the call as yet. What does Nishkam Karma Yoga mean? So Prabhupada has translated Nishkam Karma Yoga as Bhakti Yoga. So you can also write in your assignment or exam if it comes, as per Prabhupada, this is Bhakti Yoga. Because that's what we are reading. We're reading Prabhupada books. We are following Prabhupada. Just write as per Prabhupada. So here Prabhupada is writing yoga means punar yogam, work with devotion. So Prabhupada is just openly translating that devotional activity. So Arjun is a bit confused. Basically, he's saying, you want me to renounce the work or work with devotion? Please tell me one thing. So obviously, in this group, we know the answer, but Arjun that time is a bit confused. Shri Bhagavan Vacha, Sannyasa Karmi Yogascha Nihishreyas Kara Ubhav. Ubhav means both. They both give the same destination. Tayostu Karma Sannyasad Karma Yoga Vishishyate. So Karma Sannyasad refers to Karma se sannyas. So you are renouncing the actions. So Krishna is saying both give the results, but Vishishyate, what is better? Vishishyate, Vishesha, what is better in both? He's saying Karma Yoga is better. So Prabhupada writes here, the renunciation of work and working devotion are both good for liberation. Both will lead to the same destination. But of the two, work in devotional service is better than renouncing the work. Renouncing the work seems to be easy, but it's not easy. In India especially, you see so many so-called sadhu baba, they so-called leave the work. But actually they work harder for the other things. So just mere renouncing the work will not lead us to the liberation. Actually, it can entangle us even more because we are leaving our duties immaturely. So Krishna is saying work in devotion, karma yoga, vishishyate. Very clearly Krishna is saying that. So there is no ambiguity here. Krishna is very clear. Vishishyate, Krishna's statement. I'll just go to Veda base. I'm more used to Veda base. No, 3, 5. I'll just pick some random verses which I think are more important and gives the message of the chapter. Now, this is a second section which we can see in MI document. The second section is how to perform. So Krishna has clearly said what to perform, and now he's saying how to perform. So that is 7 to 12. Very interesting chapter. So the first thing is saying how to perform yoga yukto. So you should be yoga yukta. Again, yoga here refers to engaged in devotional service. So Prabhupada is not waiting for the word bhakti yoga. It's saying yoga engaged in devotional service. So if you are engaged in devotional service, what should be the characteristic? Vishuddhatma. So you should be pure. Now we know sattva and vishuddha sattva. What's the difference between sattva and vishuddha sattva? Anyone? Sorry, I have cold, a lot of cold, so I hope my voice is clear. What's the difference between sattva and shuddha sattva or vishuddha sattva?
Vishuddha Sattva is probably going beyond all the gunas, Prabhu.
Yes, thank you, Prabhu. Vishuddha sattva means which has no contamination. It says every mode of material nature, even sattva, has a contamination of rajas and tama in this material world. There's nothing is pure. Even sattva is not pure. We call when sattva, so sattva is predominant. It's not sattva is shuddha. When it becomes shuddha, that becomes vishuddha sattva. That is transcendental. That is beyond the modes of material nature. Because sattva in the material world also is binding. So there is no shuddha. There's no pure anything. You can call this pure deshi ghee, shuddha deshi ghee, 100% shuddha deshi ghee. There's nothing shuddha. There's nothing pure in this material world. Prabhupada said, if you want to look at the purity, look at the love of Krishna to the living entity. Now, the closest which comes in the material world, as per the love goes, is the mother and child love. But that is again not Vishuddha Sattva. It's the highest in the material world, but it is not always the purest. The purest is between Jiva and Krishna. Dhruv Maharaj, mother said to Dhruv Maharaj when he was very upset, the love I can offer you, Lord Vishnu can offer millions of times more love than that to you. So you please go to Lord Vishnu. He will fulfill all your desires. She didn't say, oh, I'm your mother. I am offering the best love to you. She clearly said, I can offer you a love, but Lord Vishnu can offer you millions of times much better love than me. So please approach Lord Vishnu. So whenever we have any desire, it says that's why we should approach Lord Vishnu, Krishna, Ram. They can truly fulfill our desire. Vishuddha Atma, Vijitatma. So Atma also refers to the mind. So Vijitatma refers to who can win over his mind, and Indriya refers to senses. Jitendriya. So it refers to many people in India. They have word called Jitendra. There's some Hollywood celebrity as well, Jitendra, but hardly people know the meaning of it. What to speak of controlling the mind? People even cannot control their senses. The eyes goes wherever, nose goes wherever, ear goes wherever, the tongue speaks anything. So Jitendriya is a very big word, sense control. So sense control obviously is a lower version, which is also very difficult. Vijitatma, controlling the mind. Shama and Dama. Dama means Indriya control. When Shama means mind control. So this person, Vishuddhatma, very pure. He can control his mind and his senses. Sarvbhutatma, Sarvbhutatma, Bhutatma. Sarvbhutatma, Bhutatma. So it considers all the jivas as his own. So it doesn't mean we're talking impersonalism here. It's like mother and child relationship. If someone tries to hurt a child, would the mother tolerate? Mother actually feels more pain if a child gets hurt than she gets hurt herself, isn't it? Especially with the small babies. Mothers are so attached. They will give their life to protect the child, mother or father, both. So Sarv Bhutatma. So he considers every jiva as his own. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is a saying, Vaishnava is par dukhe dukhi and par sukhe sukhi. He is not worried about his own sukha or dukha, his own happiness and distress. He's worried about other sukha and dukha. And the example is that's why preaching comes into place. Devotees are not concerned whether they are going to go back to Godhead. Prahlad Maharaj says very clearly, I'm not concerned about me going back to Godhead. I'm concerned about all the jivas of this material world going back to Godhead. So Krishna, please, I can remain in the material world. Vasudev in Chaitanya Charitamrita also says the same thing to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'm happy to remain in this material world forever, but please send all these jivas back to Godhead. Bhagavatam also we have Rantidev. Rantidev also saying the same prayer to Lord Vishnu. I'm happy to stay back in this material world. I'm happy to take all the suffering of all the jivas, but please, no one else should suffer. Vasudev in Chaitanya Charitamrita, what he was doing, you probably know the past time, he had leprosy, and he had such a bad leprosy, he will get insects here. And insects, when they eat the pus, it hurts a lot. You can imagine. I'm sure no one has experienced that as yet. So the insects was eating his pus. It was hurting him a lot. But when they're so full, they will just roll over on the ground. So one insect or two insects will fall over from his body. So you know what he will do? He'll pick up the insect back and put it back on his hand or wherever the leprosy was. Just imagine the compassion a devotee has. Compassion. Same thing happened with Sanatan Goswami. Sanatan Goswami was traveling to Jagannath Puri, and while he was traveling, he had some disease in the body because the water change and many other conditions. So he had pus all over his body, and he will not go and able to see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu properly because he was thinking, I'm diseased. Anyway, he was doing pranam from far, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came and embraced Sanatan Goswami. And Sanatan said, please, please don't embrace me. Don't embrace me. I'm so contaminated. I'm so sinful. Now, Sanatan Goswami is saying, I'm sinful. And we think we are great. Generally, not always, but we think we are great. Sanatan Goswami is saying, please don't touch me. I'm so sinful. I'm a Yavana. Because of I have performed so many sinful activities, I'm getting all this reaction. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, you cannot be sinful at all. You're a Vaishnava. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu embraced. And after a few embraces, few days, few times of embraces, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu actually removed the disease just by embracing Sri Sanatana Goswami. So, Sarv Bhutatma Bhutatma, there's so many pastimes in our scriptures where devotees consider others' dukha more than their own dukha. Now, if this sort of person, Kurvan means involved in all the activities, api, even if he's involved, nalipyate, he is not bound. He's not bound. So, to getting free from reactions is not so easy. Not so easy. Sometimes we very casually say, I'm going to Goloka, I'm not going to Vaikuntha. I'm going to Goloka Vrindavan. Really? It's like, going to the bhaji market, buying Karela or Vindi. I'm going to Golok Vrindavan. Just look at this verse here. Na lipyate. If you have to just come out of the cycle of this action and reaction, forget Goloka and Krishna Prema. Na lipyate. What should be the condition? Vishuddhatma, Vijitatma, Jitendriya, Sarvbhutatma Bhutatma. So now, how many of us can apply how many degrees of these qualities? Degrees are very, very difficult, very difficult. So that's why it says we are all mercy cases. We are not qualified cases. Manmohan Prabhuji is here. Prabhu, if you have to pass an exam, you have to, I'm sure, attempt, probably 95% marks or something. They will not give you certificate just like that, isn't it? Huh? You have to have what's your pass marks, Prabhuji, in your field?
Oh, I mean, once you enter medicine, then it's very, very difficult. So pass marks is 50, but when you want to enter the medicine, then you have to score probably 95 plus.
Wow. That's pretty high, huh? We have accountants here as well. Tanya Mataji just finished her CA exam. I'm sure these exams are not easy. I haven't passed even medicine or CA, but whatever exams I passed, they are tough. So passing out from this material world is not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy. Durga Devi, we cannot fool Durga Devi. Pretty high standard. Anyway, let's move forward. I'll leave that. This is also very nice verse. It explains Indriyani Indriyateshu Vartant iti dharayan. So how our Indriyas, our senses are interacting. This is how a tattvavit, a person who has seen the truth, seer of the truth, looks at it. So Indriyas, the senses are interacting. The top line, yeah, if you remember, they are the external senses, knowledge acquiring senses, and these are the senses which are sort of internal senses. So two types of senses are given here. We just see them interacting with the matter, nothing much, nothing much. But what happens in our case, generally speaking, we get involved in it. We look at a picture, oh, so beautiful. We eat something, oh, it's very nice. Or I hate it, I don't want it, whatever, sankalpa or vikalpa. With all the senses, that's what we do. We hear a music, oh, this is rubbish. Oh, this is very nice. Taste, smell, same thing. So all the senses, we get involved in it. But a tattvavid, a person who has seen the truth, realized the truth, a spiritualist, transcendentalist, sees they're just involving. As I think I gave the example of Srila Prabhupada in India, he was speaking in Hyderabad, if I'm not wrong, to a group of people, and he said that this material world is like a bathroom. Don't spend it's not a worthy place for a gentleman or gentle lady. That's how he was explaining. So one lady asked, but Prabhupada, we have to go to bathroom. Prabhupada said, yeah, you go to the bathroom, don't stay over. Everyone has to go. So you go, you finish your job and come out. And what we are doing, we are thinking bathroom is the Swargaloka. So nice. Sydney is so nice. New York is so nice. Switzerland is so nice. So that is our foolishness. That is our foolishness. We are here, or somehow we are here, but now we have to arrange ourselves to get out. 10th verse is very nice verse. Many sannyasis quote this verse, especially the second line, the analogy is given. Brahmani adhaya karmani. Adhaya means giving up. So if you give up your karma, like we say, iti vasudev arpanam. Many times we say this, and we should say this. We should offer everything to Vasudev. There's so many pastimes as well. Iti vasudev arpanam. So when we do that, what happens? Brahmani adhaya karmani. When we offer our karma to Brahma, here is Krishna's name is not mentioned. Sangam tyaktva. What does sangam refers to? Attachment. Tyaktva. Give up the sangam. Karotiya lipate nasa papena. He will not get involved into papa. Now, obviously, this is referring to Arjuna here. If you act in such a way, if you offer your karmas to me, lipate nasa papena, you will not get the reaction, which Arjun, one of the argument of Arjun was, I'll get so much sinful reactions. And the analogy, which is most beautiful, Padma Patram Ivambasa. So Padma Patram is lotus, the leaf of the lotus, lotus leaf. Everyone would have seen it. If you try to put a drop of water, what will happen? It will not get wet. The dropper will just roll over very, very quickly. And there's a bhajan as well, which Prabhupada loved. Kamala dala jala jivana talamala. Kamala dala jala. Kamal dal means lotus leaf. Kamala dala jala jivana talamal. Our jivan, our life is like a drop of water on the lotus leaf. It can just roll over any moment. Any moment. We all attended a funeral ceremony 2 days ago. She was here for such a long time, but one day just happened. One day happened. No one expected that, but it happened. So we are all in the same boat. It will not just happen to the people who have gray hairs or no hairs. Everyone will pass through the same stage. It's just the way it is. When we don't know. Padma Patram Ivambasa. But if you are offering everything to Lord Vishnu, then lipete nasa papena. Very nice. I'll just move on because so many nice verses are there. Yeah, this is also Sarva Karmani Mansa Samyasaste Sukamvashi Na Dware Pure Dehi Neva Kurvan Na Karyan. Sarva Karmani Mansa. So how do we perform the actions? By Manas. Now here Manas doesn't mean I think Prasadam should get ready and Mataji or Prabhuji just sitting on the couch. Ho jayega. Kuch nahi hoga. Nothing will happen just by sitting. Then you have to work. But the thing is, you do not get involved in it. And Sarva Karmani Mansa Sanyasaste Sukhamvasi. It says, when the embodied living being control his nature and mentally renounces all the actions. So don't get involved in it. Do what you need to do. Definitely. Arjun was also doing what he needed to do. As a Kshatriya, that's what Krishna was saying. You're a Kshatriya, do your duty. Don't get involved into it. I will win or I will get defeated. I will lose or I will win. Don't get involved in it. Do your duty at your best. So if you are a male or a female, a mother or a household wife, whatever, do your duty at your best. Don't get involved in it and offer it to Krishna. Now Dware Pure Dehi. So Dehi refers to the Atma. Anyone remembers the verse starts from Dehi? Now you'll know automatically. Everyone is chanting. Thank you. Good. We have learned one verse. So Dehi refers to Deha and Dehi. So Deha refers to this body and Dehi refers to the person residing in the body. Naiva Kurvan Nakaryan. So Nakaryan, he does not work, he does not make others to do the work. Why this verse is important? Many times we say, we don't take responsibility of our actions. We say, okay, if you are saying nature is doing it, there's a verse coming up, I guess. Yes, number 14. I'll read 14 as well. So sometimes we say nature is doing it. Our body is made up of nature, made up of 5 elements. So nature is doing it. Why I am suffering? So Read the verse 14. Na kratam na karmani lokasya sarjati prabhu na karma phal sayogam sabhavastu pravartate. So sabhav refers to nature. Sometimes the nature is doing it. If you remember one story, I'm remembering one person was doing some work. He says, Indra is the deity of the hands. You probably know that. So Indra controls our hands. So he was doing some rubbish actions. And when the punishment was given to this person, it is in one of the Puranas. He said, oh, Indra is the deity of hand. Indra should be punished. Then Indra was called, actually. Indra was called. It's a big story. But finally, we get the result. Why we get the result? Anyone remembers the analogy which we discussed? Baldev Vidyabhushan analogy in verse 13, 14, and 15. So there are three people involved. Yes.
Woodcutter.
Thank
The
you.
Two was where the two was.
Yep.
the woodcutter and the axe.
Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. Prabhu, is it the same which we analogy can be used in 3.27?
Yeah, go for it. Pratyek Kriyamadani, that one.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing which we're talking.
Same point is mentioned here. Axe is working. Yes, axe is working. My hands cannot cut the tree. That is true. But who is operating the axe? Oh, my hands are operating. Done by Indra. Hang on a second. When you eat and sleep, you don't ask Indra. So who is making these hands work? Our mind, our sankalpa and vikalpa. So the desire of the action. If you remember in Mahabharata, Dhritarashtra, when he made this Lakshagraha, the house of lac in which he planned to burn the Pandavas. Now, eventually, Pandavas got away from that house and they didn't get burned. But Mahabharata clearly said Dhritarashtra got the sin of killing the Pandavas. It's written in Mahabharata. Why? Because his intention was to kill Pandavas. Now, Pandavas got away by Krishna's mercy. That's a separate story. But what was his intention? Now, suppose, someone takes a weapon and tries to run and attack someone with the intention to kill. But the person somehow or other doesn't get killed. Will he get punished? The person A trying to kill B, for example. His intention was to kill. He tried his best to kill. Now, B got away for whatever reason. So Dhritarashtra got the sin of killing the Pandavas. That's what Mahabharata says very clearly. Now, Pandavas didn't get killed, but that's what he tried to do. He tried to burn them alive. So, Swabhavastu Parvartate. So, although you can say Lak was responsible, the person who put the fire was responsible. No, Dhritarashtra was responsible because he was at the core of everything. So, he got that reaction. Okay, so although nature is doing it, axe is doing it, but axe is operated by hands, which is operated by our mind, and mind is operated by our desire. So because we have contaminated desire, we get the reaction, and that's fair. This 17 and 18 is very important. Not saying just from the exam perspective here, just the important verses. So this verse 17 explains 4 aspects what we should give to Krishna. Tad buddhayas, tat atmanas, tad nishtha, tat parayanaha. So buddhaya refers to buddhi, intelligence. Atma refers to soul. No, Atma refers to mind. So many places you will see Atma refers to mind. Tad buddhaya, so intelligence and mind. Nishtha, our faith. Why we are saying our faith should be given to Krishna? Anyone? Rosanand Prabhuji. Why should we give our faith to Krishna? Why Krishna is saying here, give me the faith.
To clear all our doubts, Prabhu.
Clear our doubts. Okay. Yes. Little more, Prabhuji. Yeah. Because right now, where is our faith? Our faith is in a material world. Simple as that, isn't it? Material body, material intelligence, material money, material manpower, material connection. We have faith in that. How many of us has full faith in Krishna? I don't have, be honest. We have faith in the things which we see and touch. We have connection with, interact with. But Krishna, we do interact, but we don't seem to be interacting so much with Krishna as much as with the material world. We recognize our family members, we recognize our bank balance, we recognize our car and insurance and what. So saying, Krishna saying, put faith in me. We have more faith in our material possessions rather than Krishna saying, give me your faith. And Rasaran Prabhu also made a good point. we have two obstacles in going back to God, or two main obstacles, you can say. One is the desire, one is the doubts. Desire means I have a desire to enjoy the material world. I have a desire to become a millionaire, become a wealthy person, healthy person, popular person. So many desires I have. That's one part. Because of the desires, we don't get time for Krishna. So many people, you invite them to temple and they can't come to temple. Oh, I'm busy, I've got to work, I've got this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And second thing is doubt. What is the doubt? What's the biggest doubt we have? I should rather say, okay, what's the doubt in the beginning and what's the doubt in the later stages? So biggest doubt in the beginning, does Krishna really exist? Does Krishna really exist? Later on, that doubts get clear. And many devotees do agree Krishna exists. But then the doubt comes, does the process work? Slowly that doubt also goes. No, I can see there are many sannyasis, many advanced spiritualists. No, the process also works. And if you look at their history, for example, probably 50 years ago, Prabhupada disciples, externally speaking, were taking drugs and alcohol. But the process works. They became Param Vaishnavas. The third doubt comes in us. Can I perform? Am I eligible? I'm so fallen. I'm so sinful. And that doubt actually becomes a big obstacle. Now, this devotee is fine. The process is fine. Krishna is fine. Bhagavad Gita is fine. Bhagavatam is fine. But what about me? I'm so special. Actually, that's also sort of our ego. Because our ego becomes so much that I am so fallen that I cannot practice so perfectly that I get love of Godhead and go back to Godhead. So that actually doubt is also a snare of Maya, Prabhupada said, because that Maya Devi wants to keep us away from Krishna, so it creates a big doubt. So it says, rather than having doubt in yourself, you should have faith in Krishna. So yes, you can doubt yourself of your inabilities and all your past and sins and whatnot, but you should have faith in Krishna that my sins are not heavier than Krishna's mercy, isn't it? Krishna's mercy is higher than my sinful reactions. Krishna's mercy is higher than my conditioning. And Krishna or Krishna's holy name can uplift us. It can do it. Now, if you ask this question to yourself, answer will always be yes. Is holy name powerful enough to counteract your sinful reactions, counteract your conditioning? Yes or no? Does holy name have that potency as per the scriptures or whatever we have heard? The answer will be yes. So don't question yourself, question the holy name. And when you question holy name, answer will be yes. So don't worry about yourself. We are not here to clear our accounts. It's Krishna's responsibility. What does Krishna say? Sarva dharmanu parityaja mamekam sharanam vraja aham. He says, aham tvam sarva papebhyo. Whose job is this to clear up your sinful accounts? Our job? We can't do anything. We can't even clear our, credit card account. Hardly we can. You pay off one account, another one comes. It's none of our business, honestly. None of our business to think about what past and what future. That's Krishna's responsibility. You all have, some of you have very young kids, right? 3-year, 4-year-old girl. I can see, 1.5-year. Abhyan is there, Aritri, and maybe some others as well. Do they really care about their future tomorrow? How will I get my bread? How will I get my jam? Does Vaishnavi think about it, Shraddha Mataji? Kal khana kaise milega? How I'm going to get my food tomorrow? Mama thinks about it. Kal kya banana hai? Rajma. Let me soak rajma tonight. Tomorrow I'm going to make rajma. Papa is thinking, oh, bread is finishing. While coming from the temple, please bring the milk. Mama and Papa and other family members are arranging. And Aritri, Gaurgopal or some, they're just sleeping nicely. They'll wake up, kuto, khao, eat something. So whose job is that? Is the kid's job or the parent's job? Kids are just careless, they don't care what I'm going to wear tomorrow, how I'm going to go to my school tomorrow, nothing. So we just, foolishly try to become adult. Krishna will take care of our future. Krishna has taken care of our past. He will take care of our future. We should not over worry. Yeah, we should just have a, like in a sane sense, some planning, not over planning. Not over planning. Over planning is the symptom of materialism, actually. Over planning. Prabhupada, when he went to America, he had no money, no connection. His personal age, his personal health was not very favorable. He was planning, but not over plan. He had faith in Krishna. He did plan how I'm going to pay my rent tomorrow. He was planning. He was looking at the money. Oh, I have only $100. I have to pay $190. The rent was $190. He only had $100. He didn't know how to get $90. He was thinking about it, but he was not in super anxiety. Oh my God, my target is to achieve $90 so I can pay my rent. No, I only have 100. I don't have 90, but let's see what I can do. And he went out selling books. He did what he had to do. He was not over worried. So we should never over worry about our future, our loved ones' future. You do your duty at your best. Krishna is there. Even if we are removed from this situation, Krishna will look after it. Baladev Vidyabhushan is trying to take sannyas at very young age, but his mother wanted him to get married. Somehow he got married. He still want to take sannyas, but mother said, no, you should not take sannyas. You're just newly married. Said, no, I have to take. Anyway, he was thinking about it. Then he got the first kid. When he got the first kid, he was thinking, now I've got the kid, how I'm going to take sannyas. That same night when the mother was delivering the child, mother left the body. Now child is alone. Just newly born child, mother has left. It's not in Royal North Shore Hospital or anywhere else. It's just in a room in a village. No one is there. This person is thinking, oh, now I have to look after my child for the rest of my life. How I'm going to serve Krishna? What to do? He was thinking about it because he had this intense desire. That time, chipkali in India, lizard in India. So lizard was going along on the wall with a baby lizard, which was newly born. And lizards don't take a pram. I'm not sure if you have seen. I have never seen lizard taking the baby in the pram. Lizard pram. So lizards don't take prams. So when the baby lizard was born, it fell on the ground, and as soon as it fell on the ground, it immediately grabbed a mosquito. So, and Baldev Vidyabhushan was thinking that Krishna has arranged for the food for this baby lizard who is just born, and mother cannot take care so nicely. So Krishna arranged this mosquito. So my baby will be looked after by Krishna. And he left and he took sannyas. He took sannyas. Now, we're not recommending this story to take it immaturely. We should never do that. We are very neophyte in that sense. But the point here is, if you think about it, Krishna is the maintainer. We are not the maintainer. We are just a little medium. And when we have that faith, so many wonderful things will happen in our life, which are beyond our imagination. We cannot imagine those things which Krishna can make us do, because if we become the via media of it. Prabhupada said, I never expected this much success, but because I tried to present the message of my Guru Maharaj as it is, Krishna gave me so much success. Prabhupada said that Krishna gave me success. So he was not proud, but he was saying, because I tried to present my Guru Maharaj message as it is. So if we remain pure, we try to do our seva services purely with pure intention, Krishna can do wonders through us, wonders through us. So we should not over worry. Tad nishtha, so have this nishtha, faith in Krishna. Tat parayanaha, be parayan. Parayan refers to, you can say, goal. We are right now money parayan. Parivar parayan. We have faith in parivar, family or family ties. I know MP, I know that MLA, I know the president. Okay. Satparayana, you should have this parayanata in Krishna. Narayan parayana, we should become Narayan parayan. We should rely on Narayan. He's my ultimate. He's my ultimate. Other persons are there, respectful, very nice, but ultimate is Narayan. If you do that, what will happen? Gachanti, you will go. Where you will go? Apunar avrattim. Avrattim refers to this material world. Avrattim means frequently, coming back again and again. Our disease, our cold, my cold keeps coming back again and again. So this is called avratti, material world. Birth, old age, disease, and death keeps coming again and again and again. Avratti, frequently coming. So apunar avrattim, you will go back where this there's no coming back, no coming back. What's that verse? Tadbhasyate shuryo na shanko na pavakaha yad gatva na nivartante tad dham paramam mama. Yad gatva na nivartante. You will never come back from there. And how does this happen? Jnana nirdhuta kalmasha. Kalmasha refers to anyone? What does kalmasha refers to? Kalmash.
Contamination.
Contamination.
Yes,
Pollution.
that's correct. And how do we sort of expand that contamination word? This is a translation. Kali kalmal nashanam nattah partara upaya sarv vedeshu drishyate. So lust, greed, anger, these are all called contaminations. So we all have, obviously in a different degree, someone may have less, someone may have more, but we are all contaminated with this mala. On the body, we can put a lot of, Lux or Dove or Pears, whatever the best soaps are, but we cannot clean our heart with those soaps. For those, we need Harinam. So Jnana. So here Krishna is saying, not Harinam, he's saying Jnana. So with the knowledge, Nirdhut mane dho dena, pura dho dena, complete washing. Vidhanoti surat satam in Bhagavatam, Krishna says. So dhona, similar word, Nirdhuta, kalmasha. So contamination are washed away by Jnana. And that's why we are reading Bhagavad Gita. We're not reading Bhagavad Gita just to pass this Bhakti Shastri exam. Sorry. That's just a part of it, part of learning, but so that we can Nirdhuta, we can wash our kalmasha. That's the purpose. And these 4 things will happen, then you will go where no one comes back. Okay. Now, if you do that, these 4 things you do, Buddhaya, Atmana, Nishtha, and Parayanta to Krishna, to the Lord. Now, here the Lord is not mentioned with the name. He's saying Tad, third party, that one, that one, that one. Because Krishna is slowly opening. He's still in this Karma Yoga section. So if you do that, what will be the result? The result will be, what's the one keyword in this particular verse? Everyone knows this verse, I'm sure. Rupa Prabhu is in the list. I'm not sure. Not in the list. Very popular.
22nd is there.
22nd is there. Okay, no problem. Again, you should know this verse. Very popular, very easy verse. Many times it's quoted. What's the key word in this verse? Anyone?
What is the samdarshana?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Samadarshinaha. So Samadarshana means equal vision. So equal vision, what does this equal vision refers to? Vidya vinaya sampane brahmane gavihasani shuni chai shapakecha panditaha samadarshina. So panditaha, the wise man, will have equal vision towards what? Brahmane, a Brahman. Now, what sort of Brahman we are talking? The adjectives are also given. Vidya vinaya sampane, a Brahman who is sampanna, who is a possessor of what? Vidya with vinaya. Now, Vidya can be alone as well. And as Bhakti Rasamrat Maharaj said very nicely, if Vidya comes without the humility, then it's like a tree who has no fruits. It's like a bunch, has nothing, no flowers, no fruits. It's just standing like a tall stamba. But a tree which has fruits, what's the characteristic? Is always going down naturally. It's not a show off. My Guru Maharaj says, if you do like that, I hope everyone can see. That doesn't make you humble. If that was to make you humble, we'll all put Fevicol here. And whole day we can walk around like that. I'm humble, I'm humble, I'm humble. No, that doesn't make ourselves humble. Now, it's not, we should not do that. It's just a sign of humility. It's not the complete humility. Complete humility comes from the heart. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, when the complete humility will come, then you can do Kirtaniye Sadahari. Without humility, you cannot chant Krishna's name all the time. Not possible. So Brahman, this Brahman is Vidya Vinay Sampanna. He has this wealth of Vidya which has brought him humility. So it's extremely elevated Brahmana. That's what it's saying. Very elevated Brahmana. And the last end of the spectrum is Shapake. Shapake refers to Shapake. Sha means kutta, dog. Paka means pakane wala. One who cooks the dog, basically a dog eater. Now, a dog eater in Vedic culture is not even considered the part of Varnashram. In Varnashram, if you see, there are 4 Varnas and 4 Ashramas. What are the 4 Ashramas? Okay, what are the 4 Varnas? Sorry. Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and Shudra. Now, Shudra is number 4. We say, oh, you Shudra. Sometimes we have to say some, low word for someone. We call him Shudra. Actually, Shudra is a very high version, to be very honest, as per the Vedic culture, as per even Bhagavatam as well. 11th canto, Nui Maharaj conversation, Shudra is a high one, honestly. We call him Shudra. Chandala, Yavana, Malecha. Where are we living actually? We are living in the country of Yavanas and Malechas. We are Australians, Aussie. We are Americans. As per the scriptures, we are living in the country of Yavanas and Malecha, which makes us, without Krishna consciousness I'm talking, also same, isn't it? Also same. So there's nothing to be proud about. Nothing to be proud about. We have left the Punya Bhumi, the Bharat Bhumi. We have come to this Papa Bhumi. Again, without Krishna. With Krishna, this is also Punya Bhumi. Shopake. So one who basically cooks the dog. So this person have some darshana, equal vision towards the person who is extremely highly elevated Brahmana as well as a Chandala. He has the similar. This is a very great thing, even if you think about it. And he's giving this human spectrum as well as animal spectrum. So Gavi, what's the important thing of Gavi in this particular verse? Anyone? So Gavi is a guy, cow, animal. Animals are in mode of ignorance. All animals generally are considered mode of ignorance, but cow is considered mode of goodness. So how do we reconcile these two statements? So in ignorance also there will be spectrum. So in ignorance is ignorance goodness. Hastini, hathi is considered mode of passions. Ignorance, passion. Shuni, kutta. So Shuni is considered ignorance, ignorance. So ignorance, goodness, ignorance, passion, ignorance, ignorance. So there will be multiple shades. So Mataji goes to a sari shop. Show me a green sari or blue sari, whatever. They will show you hundreds of shades. Which one you want, isn't it? So it's not black and white. It's not black and white. So it's not just ignorance. All the animals are in ignorance. No, it says humans are in mode of passion. Not really. Some humans can be in goodness, passion, or ignorance. So passion, goodness, passion, 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 ignorance. Permutation combinations. Any mathematicians here? Not sure. Rupam Prabhu nodding the head. Engineers. Okay, so we get some darshana if you do these four activities. So what will be the result? You become some darshana. Or put it other way, if you want to become some darshana, equal vision, what you have to do? Put these four faculties for Krishna. You cannot become an equal vision otherwise. You'll always think in the terms of he's my friend, he's my envy, or he's favorable to me, he's not very favorable to me. My family, I love my family, but I don't love my neighbor's family. I may hate it even. So that's not equal vision. Now, if you do that, you have Tarjita Sargo. And what will be the result of that equal vision? Jitaha, just take this word. Jitaha Sargo. Sarga refers to repetition of birth and death. Jitaha, you will win over. You will win over. So this equal vision is extremely important. So these 17, 18, and 19, they're actually one verse put into three places. Very nice series. So what you should do, then what will happen, and then what will happen. So if you want to win over Jita Sargo, but you have to do equal vision. For equal vision, what you have to do, go back, put these four faculties for Krishna. Not easy. That's why Krishna will explain Bhakti Yoga 7 to 12. Don't worry about all this. And then eventually what Krishna will do? Same 1866. Arjun, don't worry too much about it. Sarva dharmanu parityaja. Because we all looking like a blank face right now. It's not tough. Yes, it's not tough. It is so tough. Actually, it is tough. But then Krishna is our very dear, loving God. He is not a, Gurmara says, fault-finding God. He's not trying to find fault in us. We all have faults. But Krishna is not fault-finding God. He's very loving God. When a child is trying to walk and he falls down, what does the mother and father says? Oh, you rascal. You don't even know how to walk. Come on. You are 1.5-year-old now. You're supposed to walk now. Any parent talk like that? Everyone is nodding head other way. They become so happy. My child walked today. They will call, they will take photo, they will take video. And he may walk, one step or half a step, and he'll fall down, and mother and father is there to hold the hands. They are so happy when the first time the child says, Mama, Papa. Mera beta mama bolne laga. Kitni khushi hoti hai. Our heart is just so much delighted to hear that word, Papa, Mama. Totally boli. Totally boli. They speak in broken language. So similarly, we are material mother and father. We are not so pure. We are content, but still we get delighted. Imagine how much delight Krishna's heart will have when he chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Just imagine this one scenario when he chant Hare Krishna, how much delight Krishna has in his heart. That's why Kirtaniye Sadahari, Sadahari. It pleases Krishna. It pleases Krishna without any ulterior motive. I'm chanting for the pleasure of the Lord and Guru. That's it. There's nothing else. And there's nothing else actually you have to do. Honestly, everything else is going around this chanting purely. Because Krishna gets so, out of 7.3 billion jivas, how many jivas are there? I should say humans are there. Anyone knows the current stats? Any good ones? I don't have any stats.
7 billion
Even
approximately.
I know, Prabhuji. I
Oh.
thought you'd be more accurate than me. It's 7.3. I already know that. Anyway, whatever. Out of 7.3 billion humans in this tiny earth planet, this one human being is chanting my name. Oh, he's so nice. He's so nice. But he's like, Ajamil, chalega. I love my Ajamil beta as well. I love my son, even if he's Ajamil. Krishna loves it. That's why we should never hesitate to chant whenever we have any opportunity. In your bedroom, bathroom, dining room, car room, this room, that room, just chant Krishna Ram. Krishna is listening to you. No one is listening to you. Even you are not listening yourself. How many times you listen to yourself? Krishna is still listening to you. Krishna is still listening to you. So every time we utter this one word, Ram or Krishna, Hari, Narayan, Vishnu, Krishna is so pleased, so pleased. As a parent get pleased when the child says, Papa, Mama. Imagine those days when your child spoke for the first time, the child walked for the first time, child hold your hand for the first time. It was so pleasurable for the parents. I know some devotees are going to become grandparents soon. In 3 months or 3.5 months, they're going to be grandparents. They're waiting for it, waiting for it. It is such a joyous moment, such a joyous moment. Similarly, our Father, Supreme Father Krishna became so joyful, so joyful. Okay, this is another beautiful verse. I love this first 2 lines. Not I'm able to follow it very far, but like it. Na prahashet priyam prapya. So priyam prapya, everyone understands it's like a Hindi, Priyam prapya. Whatever you like, you achieve it. So you like $1 million, suppose Rupam Prabhu, and you win it. Kya Prabhu? Only 1 million. Okay, 10 million, whatever you want. Sapne dekhne mein kya jata hai? Dreaming doesn't cost anything. You can dream anything. So whenever we achieve something, especially when we achieve some honor by someone else, we become very proud. Upar se to Hare Krishna Prabhu, andar se, wah, acha laga. We like it. So this is the symptom of a materialistic person, but this person who is transcendentalist, na prahashet priyam prapya. So when he achieves something which he likes, he's not becoming super happy. I love bhindi, but today is karela in the plate. Chalega. Karela, bhindi, aloo, whatever, chalega. I'm so fortunate. I'm getting some prasadam. So when he achieves apriya, prapya, apriya, what happens? Na udvijed. And hum becomes udvijed. Hum becomes very disturbed. आज करेला बनाया है. आज भिंडी क्यों नहीं है? Why there is no okra in the khana? Why there's only karela? No offense to karela. Actually, I like karela. So the point here is not karela or bhindi. The point is the one which we don't like, we become very udvigna. It's okay. It's okay. There are many things in the life which we don't like, but we accept it. So accept it gladly. Accept it gladly. This is how Krishna has arranged for us for some reason. So Brahmavid Brahmani Sthita, then you are situated in Brahmani. So whatever comes on his own accord, we accept. It's 8:06. I haven't finished the 5th chapter as yet. It's so nice actually. Look, I'll do 2 more verses, which is very popular. Rupam Prabhu has said it's 22nd in the list. It's really nice. Okay. Without 21, we can't do 21. So 21, I have to do something. Okay. Take one line of 21. Very nice. Vahya sparsheshu asaktatma. So asaktatma means, so we have word asakta and asakta. What's the difference? Everyone will know that. Simple one.
Asakta is being attached, and asakta is being detached.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nice. So asakta is not attached. Asakta. Asakta means asakti in Hindi, if you understand. Asakti, but no jasakti. Asakti aati hai, jati nahi hai. To bring attachments are very, very easy, isn't it? Dasanand Prabhu, for example, you buy a new car, $200,000. Asakti. But if it goes away, It doesn't feel good in the heart, isn't it? Whatever $200,000 car, even $20 something, you buy something, asakti, it's my stool, my chair, my laptop, whatever, my phone, huh? But to get it out of the heart, is it easy? Anyone can say? Very, very difficult. Attaining the things in the world, asakti, 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 but no jasakti. So make sure you only bring that asakti which can jasakti. It can go away. Huh? So please, acharyas are saying, I'm not saying only we should have that many things in the house or in our life, which we can maintain easily. Don't overdo it. There is no need to overdo, because bringing them will be very easy, but taking them out will be very, very difficult. So it should be asakti, not asakti. Okay, so bahya sparsha. Bahya sparsha means very simple. Bahya, external sparsha, some touch or contact here, you can say. Not always touch, it's contact. Eye is also touching the object. Bahya sparsha, asakta, it should be detached. But how you will be detached? Look at this verse here. Once you understand 522, you can do 521. 522 यही संस्पर्शा भोगा दुख योन एवते आद्यंतवंता कौन्तेय न तेषु रमते बुधः. So यही संस्पर्शा refers to touching, contacting basically. When a sense gets in contact with a sense object, say my eye sees a beautiful picture. Now what is beautiful picture, that will vary from person to person. I may define something very beautiful, you may say how bad this picture is, or you may define something beautiful, I may not like it. But suppose I like some picture and I'm like, oh, such a beautiful picture. But as soon as my eye gets in contact with that picture, for example, or my ears hear a music which I like, spiritual or mundane, whatever. So as you sansparcha bhoga, bhoga means refers to sense objects, sansparcha means contact. As soon as the senses get in contact with the sense objects, dukkha yonai. Yoni means, so dukh, everyone understand, distress. Yoni means
Yona is source,
source
origin.
of misery. Yes. Species.
Origin,
Yoni.
embryo. I mean, yeah. From the embryo, how a child born.
Embryo. Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. So from the embryo, the child is going to come. And in the material world, sometimes abortions are there naturally or unnaturally. But it says, if you ever enjoy anything, materially speaking, the result, the children of that enjoyment, which is a misery. So what's the children of enjoyment? We hope children of enjoyment will be children. Basically, if I enjoy, my enjoyment will increase. But actually, it doesn't work that way. The children of enjoyment are misery. And their abortion is impossible. 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 So whenever we enjoy something materially, the reaction will come. Will come. Not may come, it will come, it shall come. This is the law of nature. So it's written as dukkha yone. Viraj Prabhu was saying once in a class, as soon as you have a desire, again we're talking material desire, as soon as you have a desire, one body is waiting for you. When I heard that, I'm like, wow, I have so many desires. Even while I'm listening this, so many desires popping in my head. So for every desire, he said, one body is waiting for you. So very carefully desire. Now we cannot control it, but we can dovetail it. We can dovetail it. You can have bhindi or karele ka sabji by offering to Krishna. Dovetail it. Have pizza, no problem. Have pasta, no problem. With a ginger beer, no problem. After offering, after offering. My Guru Maharaj was saying in a class, you can tell your wife, I love you the most. I love you the most. And she'll be happy. And then you add, after Krishna. After Krishna. Once Prabhupada was attending a marriage ceremony of his two disciples, probably somewhere outside India, definitely outside India, somewhere in America or something. So just after the marriage, because Prabhupada's presence is big. Prabhupada is a big person. When he was sitting, so everyone sort of silent. So Prabhupada just wanted to break the ice, just get a casual conversation going through. So he asked Mataji, so whom do you like more, your husband or Krishna? Mataji started crying. And Prabhupada is like, what did I ask? I just asked a simple question. Whom do you love more, Krishna or your husband? She literally started crying and crying. So Prabhupada said, what? And while crying, she responded, neither. She said, neither. She was honest. She was honest. Because this is our situation. We can say, yes, I like you or I love you or whatever. Actually, we love ourselves the most. Be honest. We love ourselves the most. Ourselves, and more than our body, we love our ego. We, all of us, to maintain our ego, will do anything. And many times the fights are not because of some positions, fights is because of body, ego. We just want to prove I am right and you are wrong. And she said, neither. Anyway, Prabhupada got through over that. How did I get there? Dukh yona. So yona, the species of misery is there. So we should be very, very careful. And how should we avoid it? Krishna tells in the second line, Adi antah vantah konteya. So adyant vantah konteya, na teshu ramte. The ramta means enjoying mentality. I delight. So Buddha, the wise person, does not delight, says na ramate, do not delight in the bhoga, in the sense objects, which has a adi, which has a beginning and an end. And hundreds of examples are possible. I start enjoying going out on holidays, looking for some, some beautiful nature, for example, a beautiful river, mountain, some eating things, some listening things. Concert starts at 9 o'clock, finish at 12 o'clock, movie start, blah, blah, blah. Adi hai, ant hai. Everything has a beginning, has an end, and it's material. Obviously, you can say when you go to temple, there's also Adi and Ant. Yes, there is an Adi and Ant, but just for those movements, if you listen a kirtan or a class or attend a arati, do some seva in the temple, that has a Adi and Ant. But that Adi and Ant carries us towards Ananta. Because if you perform a seva, a little seva for the pleasure of the Lord, what happens? You, ideally speaking, want to perform more seva for the Lord, isn't it? Because that gives so much pleasure to you. You get connected with the Lord, you get purified, and then you want to reciprocate more. Oh, Lord is so nice. These devotees are so nice. The seva is so nice. I want to do more. I want to do more. I'm looking at Jamati Mataji. She started book distribution like for 1 or 2 and 3. Now she's everywhere. She's just wherever, whoever she meets, she will just ask her, yeah, Bhagavad Gita hai aapke paas? I was telling her, Mataji, one day, even the Nand and Sunanda will come and take you in the Vaikuntha plane. She will say, Nand, Sunand, Bhagavad Gita hai? Do you have Bhagavad Gita? They'll say, Mataji, hai aur pad bhi liya hai. I have it and I have read it as well. So she asked, such a nice habit, huh? So similarly, so that Adi and Anta is taking us towards Ananta. So that Adi Anta is very, very nice, very, very nice. But material Adi and Anta activities, again, we have to get involved. We go to job, we have our family, we have some responsibilities to perform. We do our job, we do it nicely. We don't get over involved in it. Don't get totally attached in it. We do as we have to do. As Prabhupada said, go to the bathroom, do your business and come out. That's all it is. We're not attached. Should I flush or not? It's looking beautiful today. Anyone is attached, don't even look at it. Just press the button. Honestly, I'm not giving this, given in Srimad Bhagavatam. Maharaj Bharat was unattached to his family and palace and wealth. You can read in 5.1 or 5.2. As one person is unattached to the stool. Shukadev Goswami is saying this. So Maharaj Bharat, when he left he was young, he had beautiful queens, he had a lot of wealth, he had a lot of power, he had palaces and everything under his control. He left and never looked back, as if a person never looked back after passing out the stool. Shukadev Goswami says that. We never look at it. Now, olden days didn't have flush, we have flush, but mentality is same. We don't look back. We just flush it, get out. So we do the job, get out. Okay, I'll stop here. Tanya Mataji.
Prabhuji, you used the word dovetail. I remember reading that in some translation as well.
Sorry,
But I don't
which
understand.
word? Can you say again?
Dovetail, you just used that
Dovetail,
word.
dovetail, yes.
What does that mean again?
Dovetail means, Mataji, you attach that desire for the pleasure of the Lord. A simple thing, you want to eat pizza, you cook a nice pizza and offer to your deities. So you're dovetailing your eating desire for the Lord's pleasure. Now, initially, be honest, our desire to eat pizza. So we start by just in action, we offer pizza to the Lord. But slowly, we'll think, oh, today my Laddu Gopalji is hungry. I haven't offered anything. Let me cook very nice bhoga for Laddu Gopalji today. So slowly, when we get purified, so initially, obviously, we are just doing an action like a child. But slowly, you will see, oh, he's also part of my family. I'm going out. He's not going out. Let me dress him nicely today and take him out for the harbor bridge. Go out with Laddu Gopalji. Why not? Why to leave him home when you take your children out? Why not Laddu Gopalji? Why not, Jagannathji? Just take them out one day, dress them nicely, feed them nicely, spend time with them, talk to them, sit with them. They are also waiting for you when you open your lock in the house, when you come alone, Ghar pe koi nahi hai. No, there's Jagannathji is there. He's waiting. So what happened today? Tell him everything. That's called dovetailing our desire, dovetailing our life under the Lord's desire and the Lord's pleasure. Okay, let's move on. So 22 is a very important verse. Very high, very, very high, I have to say. It's not easy. Now just take 529. I'm not sure it's in the list, but everyone knows this verse. Bhoktaram ektabsam sarvalok mahesham surtam sarvbhutanam gyatva mam shantim rachati. So what is this verse called as per Prabhupada? Anyone knows this two word? Everyone
Peace
knows?
Peace
formula.
Thank you. Everyone is reading nicely. The peace formula. Now, maybe someone can explain how this verse will bring peace within us and within the world. So Prabhupada said two things, within us and within the world. So this one verse, Prabhupada said, can bring peace within and outside as well. How does that happen? Anyone quickly? Everyone is looking at the book so nicely. It's not a difficult question. So the answer is given in the verse itself. So we have to understand. Oh, someone was saying something.
The example which you had given, Prabhu, the little kid when he's with the parents, usually they believe that parent will take care of himself, of themselves. Similarly, when we are in Lord's hand, Lord, since he is the Bhokta and the Suhridam Sarvabhutan, he's the beneficiary. So automatically we become peaceful because he's the caretaker.
Yep, that's good. So if we just expand what Jai Prakash Prabhuji just said, so just three things given here. So Bhoktaram Yagya Tapasam. So Yagya is sacrifice, tapasya, austerity. Who is the Bhokta? Lord. Now, usually what do we think? Be honest. If we do a sacrifice means we give something away. Kisi ko kuch dete hain, there is always an expectation. Be honest. We are not without expectation. It says this world is running on expectation. Whether it's our family member, brother, mother, father, neighbor, boss, we all expect something from that person. And based on that, again, I'm taking Krishna out here, based on that, the whole world is running, isn't it? How much sense gratification this person will give me, based on that, we have relationship with that person, isn't it? That's the Acharya speaking. It says how much sense gratification this is, but this person is very good looking or very wealthy. I want to have relationship with that person because if he is wealthy or she is wealthy, in Hindi movies you say, na, ek garib ladka or amir ladki, a poor boy or a rich girl or other way, whatever, huh? So many times the relationship is based on their position, huh? Because if I get married to this boy or girl, I will get so much wealth, I'll enjoy, huh? Based on the sense gratification. So, and who is going to enjoy? I'm going to enjoy. Eh? If I have done sacrifice, मैंने पूरा जीवन इस family के लिए दे दिया. I've given my whole life for this family. And the family is saying, you haven't done anything. What have you done? What have you done for me? Everyone is like, father is saying, mother is saying, kids are saying, everyone is like, what's in for me? What's in for me? What's in for me? So whenever me comes in place, there will be problems. There will be problems. But when you put Krishna, who's the Bhokta? Krishna is the Bhokta. Yes, you have done sacrifice, you have done hard work, but who's the Bhokta? Laddu Gopalji is the Bhokta. It's fine. I wasn't the Bhokta anyway. Like Prabhupada gave a very simple example. When you eat with your hands, we eat with your mouth and tongue and teeth. But where the food goes? In the tummy. Huh? Hand wasn't the Bhokta. You walked all the way, your hand worked so hard, your teeth was working. पेट ने कुछ भी काम नहीं किया, एकदम आलसी, total lazy. The stomach is total lazy, but he's eating everything. From tomorrow, I'll stop supply to my stomach. I'll supply on my hand. So I'll put one rasgulla here, one dal in my this ear, one aloo paratha ka sabji here, and one kanda here. What will happen? I will not hear, I will not see, I will be past tense. Huh? So pet has to be the Bhokta because pet will supply. Where do you pay your taxes, Prabhupada said? You pay to the government and government supplies to all the departments. So you pay your taxes to Krishna. Taxes means all the offerings to Krishna. And then Krishna, Yasmin Tushte, Jagat Tushta. If he is satisfied, everyone is satisfied. So when we understand it, suppose you're an employee of a company and your boss comes, your master comes, then you don't expect galle mein se paise kisne nikale. Galla means, the cash counter. You are the one dealing with the cash whole day. When the master comes in the night, he comes and just grabs all the 10,000 rupees or dollar and he just goes out. Do you have any problem with that? You'll not have any problem. You know very clearly he's the master. Apne ko salary mil raha hai na. We are getting our $14 an hour. When we were a student, Rupam Prabhu used to get that. $12, $14, $8. We didn't care how much Woolworths got, how much Coles got. We cared $8 mila ki nahi. Did we get our $8 or no? That's how much care. So if we are very clear in our position, we know who the master is. There is no problem. There is no problem. Krishna is getting all the attraction. I'm not. Who is the center of attraction? Me or Krishna? It's Krishna, not me. I'm not the center of attraction. That's the problem. Currently, we want to become center of attraction. How come Krishna? When Michael Jackson was shown the Krishna book, maybe Jamati Mataji approached somehow, not sure. Someone approached Michael Jackson and showed him Krishna book. You know what was his first response after seeing the Krishna book? There's a Radha and Krishna photo there, and he's saying, I wish I was there with this girl. That was Michael Jackson said. And he was right. He was right. He was representing the humanity, the emotion of humanity. As Arjuna is representing humanity, he was also representing the modern world. We just want to replace Krishna and be there for everything what Krishna enjoys. But once we are clear, he is the master, all the cash money goes to him. We have no problem. So there's a peace in our heart. No problem. Sarva Loka Maheshwaram. This actually applies. Actually, this shloka is multi-level shloka. This applies actually on demigod level. So many times we approach demigods. Demigods, Prabhupada said in the 7th chapter, also includes, say, big politicians or celebrities. They are like demigods on the earth planet. We want their Kripa Kataksh. So Sarvalok Maheshwaram. So Krishna is Sarvalok Maheshwaram, not me, not any politician, not any demigods. Krishna is Sarvaloka. Even heavenly planets belongs to Krishna. So we can look at it from earthly perspective or heavenly perspective, whatever. He is the Maheshwaram. So don't worry about anyone else. We don't disrespect anyone, but we're not over bothered about them. And the last one is a very, very important, close to us, each one of us, Suhradam Sarva Bhutanam. So Suhradam also has multiple meanings. A simple meaning is Suhrad, one who is close to heart, when he's aspiring good for the heart. Good for the heart means good emotions. If we see someone, sometimes we become very joyful. Oh, please, aiye. And someone we see on the door, ye kahan se aa gaya? Where does he come from? So Chaitanya Prabhu says, some people bring happiness when they come. Some people bring happiness when they go. Thank God chala gaya. 4 दिन से घर पे था. So there are different people. Now it depends which category we want to be in, but Suhrdam means someone who pleases our heart. So who can please our heart better than Krishna? So Suhrda, very, very close to heart, which brings peace and joy to our heart. That is Krishna. And for how many living entities he brings this Suhrda? To Sarva Bhutanam. Even the ant living in your house, cockroach living in your house, Krishna brings him or her pleasure as well. So he is the friend of every single living entity. Once we understand these three, it says it brings peace within. We are peaceful. We are not in anxiety. I'm not the bhokta of any yajna or tapasya. I'm a part of it. Krishna will provide me whatever I deserve. I'm not, I may be so-called owner of this 2-bedroom apartment, but I'm not Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Krishna is the one. So my desire goes down. And once I understand, he actually loves me. He is so close to me. He loves me. Gyatva mam, if you understand that, Shantim Rachati, you become very peaceful. And once it says you are peaceful inside, you are peaceful outside. When you go to the marriages, the photographer has to say, smile, please, especially to the father or mother whose daughter is going away in the marriage. So they're very distressed. The daughter is leaving the house. She has been taken care of in this house for the last 20-25 years. So they're very, very sad. But cameraman even doesn't leave them. He say, Uncle ji, please smile. Hemanga is crying in the heart and is smiling on the photo. Huh? So this is very external thing, very, very external thing. But if you are smiling from inside, then wherever someone meets with you, you'll be same, isn't it? You're a smiling person, always a smiling person. Look at so many devotees, they're always smiling, no matter what they are from inside, but always smiling, and they are happy, they're satisfied. So once you understand we are satisfied, and then we emit the peace. So whatever is inside, we emit that outside, isn't it? If you press Karela, which juice you will get? Orange juice, coconut juice? You press Karela, Rupam Prabhu, which juice you get? Difficult question, Prabhuji. Karele ka juice. Karele ka juice, isn't it? So when the unfavorable situations come to us and someone presses us, what comes out from here? That's what we are. That's what we are. Huh? If someone is, tempting us to become lusty, to greedy, to get angry. But if we become lusty, greedy, or angry, that means that's what we are inside here. But if we become peaceful and devotional, so what's inside here? Orange juice. So we should try to nurture, cultivate this orange juice here, and then the orange will come out. But if we only have Karela inside, there's no point of fighting. Chaitanya Prabhu other day was giving an example. I think at Manmohan Prabhu's house, when someone, they have an argument and maybe a small thing, and then some person will say, why you are overreacting? And Chaitanya Prabhu said, we are not overreacting. It's a overdue reaction of many past things. So it's not overreaction of that instance. It's an overdue reaction of past many, many things. We just bursted. Huh? When the whistle comes in the cooker, if you don't allow the steam to come out, what happens? Burst. It bursts. Many times our steam comes out. So don't keep the steam here. And the best way to not to keep steam here is connected with Krishna. If you connect with humans, a lot of steam comes here. A lot of steam comes out. Anyway, so if you connect with Krishna, you understand Krishna's position, you understand your relationship with Krishna, and Krishna loves you, you become peaceful, and then you emit peace in the world, and everyone understands this world will become a better place. Okay, let's move to the 6th chapter, which is Dhyana Yoga. We'll not do too much Dhyan of Dhyana Yoga today. We have limited time, so we'll just move on to some very popular and important verses. So 6.5 and 6 and 7. I love these 3 verses. They are really very practical verses. Rupam Prabhu, if they're not there, don't mind. We can still read. So 6.5. Uddharet atmanatmanam na atmanam avsadiyet atmaiv hi atmano bandhur atmaiv ripur atmanah. So uddharet. Uddharet means uddhar karna. So we should do uddhar. We should get liberated. We should sort of upgrade ourselves. How? Uddharet atmanam atmanam. Atma, atmana, atmanam. When I read it in one hit, I can read. When I break it, it's difficult. Anyway, so uddharet, you should upgrade yourself with the help of Atma. Here, Atma refers to the mind. Prabhupada writes here, sorry, Atmana. Atmana refers to the mind. Atmanam refers to the conditioned soul. So we should upgrade the conditioned soul with the help of the mind. Now, should not do avasadeh, not downgrade yourself. Don't get down with the help of the mind. All right. Now you said with the help of the mind, you upgrade yourself. Now you're saying you're downgrading yourself. So Krishna says next line, Atmaiv hi atmano bandhur. So here one Atma refers to the soul, one Atma refers to the mind. So mind is the bandhu, means friend of the soul, as well as Ripu. So Ripu refers to the enemy. So he is the friend as well as the Ripu. Now whose mind is his friend and whose mind is his Ripu? That's explained in the next verse. Bandhu, same verse, the same word used in the previous verse. Bandhur atmanat, bandhur atma manastasya yenat maivatmana jitah anat manastu shatrutve varte tatmaiva shatruvat. So bandhu, whose friend is this mind? Who has controlled his atma. Who has controlled the mind? Mind is his friend. Who has not controlled his mind? Mind is his enemy. A simple example I remember in my mind right now is a tiger in circus. If you train the tiger in the circus, what will happen? You can generate some Lakshmi out of that tiger. But if you are not training enough that tiger can become your enemy as well. So our mind is also like that tiger. If you don't train your mind properly, what will happen? It will eat you up. It has this potency of eating you up. But if you've trained it nicely, the same mind can take you back to Godhead and become your bandhu. Yes, Jayaprakash Prabhuji.
Sorry, Prabhu. On the same one, sometimes we keep saying fallen soul, right? We are, I mean, at least I am fallen soul, but is it not like degrading ourselves by mind when we say fallen soul? Like,
So first thing, technically, there's no such thing called fallen soul. It's like sometimes we call it a good devotee. He's a good devotee. But there's no such thing called bad devotee. There's no such thing called fallen soul. Every soul is very pure, is a devotee of Krishna. So when you talk about these sort of words, we have to understand the conditioning of that soul, which is fallen. Now, conditioning, how much big or small depends, but there's no such thing. So when we say fallen soul, so soul is not fallen. The conditioning has been increased or decreased. So right now, what we are trying, successful or unsuccessful, we don't know, to decrease our conditioning through the help of mantra, through the help of studying, the help of some seva. Is that okay?
sure. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so 5.5 and 6 and 6.7. Everyone should, memorize this particular verse. This verse carries a lot of philosophy, practical philosophy of life. Jitatmana prashantasya paramatma samahita shitoshan sukha dukheshu tatha mana apamana yoho. The 6 types of dualities being explained in this particular verse. So what are the 6? Sita and Ushna. What does Sita and Ushna means? Don't translate. Give me more. Sita, Ushna. Who will say? Translation is easy. Sita, Ushna. Someone is saying?
Sardi and Garmi.
Sardi and Garmi. Good. That's a translation, Madaji. That's good. I want more.
Something related to the physical body.
Pleasure and unpleasurable things. So many times we keep complaining our today's bus journey or train journey was very bad, boss is very bad, family is very bad, neighbor is very bad. That is called actually Shita and Ushna. So pleasure and non-pleasure through different means, that is called Shita and Ushna. So just Sardi Garmi nahi. So Garmi means warm reception. So everyone likes warm reception. Bahut acha reception kiya, When I arrived there, they came, they gave me the garland, they gave me a nice seat, and they gave me the words of honor and blah, 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 blah. So, and she thanda aadmi tha, cold like a frog. My Guru Maharaj says, cold frog. Cold frog means no emotions. So, Guru Maharaj says in the class is cold frog. Devotees is not like cold frog. Devotees are warm. Warm means, very pleasurable. When we meet with devotees, we like devotees. Generally, at least, if not every single one, generally we like them because they are devotees of Lord. They carry the quality of the Lord. Shita and Ushna. Sukha Dukha. So as Rasan and Prabhuji said, on a physical bodily platform, we get different things. Sukha Dukha. So we understand Sukha Dukha, happiness and distress. What else? Mental platform, basically. Mentally, we are Sukha Dukha. So many examples, Prabhuji. Suppose you haven't got food for 4 days, you get 1 chapati, you will be happy or sad? Happy, obviously. 4 din se khana nahi khaya, I haven't eaten for 4 days, I got 1 chapati, thank you Lord. Suppose you eat 10 chapati and someone gives you 1 chapati in your plate, you look at it, is it for me or for the cockroach sitting next to me? So when Draupadi got married, Kunti Maharani said to Draupadi, so whatever food we get, half you put it aside for Bhima and half is for 5 of us. There are 7 people in the family. So if you have, say, 12 chapatis, put half, 6 for Bhima and 6, 1 of each for us. That was Bhima's diet. But Bhima Karma Prakodara, but he was working very, very hard as well. So Sukha Dukha is mental platform. So we can consider the same situation as Sukha or same as Dukha, depending on our relativity, isn't it? Everything is relative in the world. Same thing can make me happy and same thing can make other person unhappy. So if Bhima looks at 1 chapati, for example, he might not be very happy because his diet is much more than that. Man apman, that comes on the ego level. Ego means This ego should not get hurt. Many times people can tolerate physical discomforts, they can also tolerate some mental discomfort, but ego is the biggest one. Daksha Prajapati, the only problem he had with Lord Shiva is what? Ego problem. There's no problem. All the demigods got up, everyone was bowing down, glorifying Daksha. Only two people, Brahmaji and Lord Shiva, didn't get up. What's the big deal? Hiranyakashipu, what was the problem? Ego problem. Prahlad wasn't harming Hiranyakashipu at all. He was just a little 5-year-old boy. He said, except Lord Brahma and Shiva, there was all the demigods were bowing down. Narad Muni says, even I was glorifying Hiranyakashipu Bhagwan ki jai. Narad Muni was saying that. So the only problem he had is ego problem. Why this little boy is not chanting my glories? Why is chanting Lord Vishnu's glory? Man of man. So this is like the deepest level. Yes, Rupam Prabhuji.
Prabhu, just to confirm, Shitoshna is at a physical
level.
Form, at a physical level.
Physical level, comforts, discomforts, like आज बहुत गर्मी है, बस में पसीना पसीना हो गए.
And Sukha Dukkha is at a mental platform,
level,
and the other one
is an egoistic
at ego level.
Yes. So the person here which we are talking, so obviously we spoke about this line first. Jitat manaha prashantasya paramatma samahita. He is out of this duality of this material world. Now you can imagine when we will achieve this situation, not sure. Guru Maharaj said, achieving Krishna Prema in the material world looks very, very difficult. And it is difficult, no doubt. It's very, very difficult. But he said, it can be given on the door. He said, but it can be given on the door. That's really nice. That means when you arrive Vaikuntha, and the doorkeepers of Vaikuntha will say, Are, where have you come from? How come you have come here? Have you looked at your account? And then the spiritual master Prabhupada will come and he'll say, Hare Krishna, isko jaane do. Let him go. So he says, it seems very difficult to achieve. It is very difficult to achieve, but the gaps will be fulfilled by Lord's mercy and devotees' mercy. So it can be given. So we should never be hopeless. We should never be hopeless. No matter how hopeless we are, we are all hopeless. I am hopeless, but we should never be hopeless. Why? Because we are not trusting on our intelligence, our bhakti, our qualifications. No, we are not going to cross over and ever. I can guarantee that one. We just don't have that strength to cross. But Krishna can do it. All we have to do is attract the mercy of Krishna. And how do you attract the mercy of Krishna? How do you attract the mercy of Krishna? Jamati Mata is saying something loud and clear.
I was just saying by serving the devotees.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you. Yeah. Key ko pakad liya Mataji ne. Just serve the devotees of the Lord. Huh? Lord loves his devotees like you love your kids. Huh? So if someone brings a present for your gift, parents become very happy. Huh? We all like gifts. But if someone brings gifts for our loved ones, we become even happier with that. Huh? Everyone loves that. Prabhupada said, if you want to convince a big rich person, you convince his dog. Prabhupada said that. So once you sort of, give some biscuits or some love to the dog, the owner will always be, kya karna hai? What can I do for you? Huh? So just go to the bus. So devotees are like the dog of Krishna. Huh? And Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Ami tumar kukur. Kukur means, Bengali mein, Rupam Prabhu is smiling. Kukur means dog. So Ami tumar kukur. So we are dog. So Prabhupada said, either we are the dog of Maya or dog of God. So now it's up to us. Which party do you want to choose? Aam Janata Party, Bharatiya Janata Party, or whatever.
And we've got the dog collar also.
Dog collar है, पूरा package है, पूरा package लेके चलते. The whole package is there. Okay. If anyone want more extensions, dog biscuit भी है, huh? Dog biscuit, dog bed, dog house, सब कुछ है. Anyway, considering ourselves, dog is the most difficult part. All the paraphernalias are given there. Anyway, so we want to become at least the dog of Krishna. And dog is very faithful to the master. Now, we are also very faithful, but we are faithful to Maya. Sense gratification, number 1. Krishna gratification, kal kar lenge. Tomorrow is always there. Anyway, so this person is Jitatmana Prashantasya. Very nice verse. Okay, let's move quickly. It's 8:41. 6:30. I love this verse. I really like this. Yo mam pashati sarvatra sarvam cha mai pashati tasyaham na pranashyami sacha name pranashyati. Yo mam pashati sarvatra is very clear. You can just translate from Hindi. One who sees me everywhere. Sarvam cha mai pashati. And he sees me everywhere. What's the example Prabhupada gave in these two lines? Anyone? Mother looking at the shoes of her child who's gone to school or a kindi or wherever, right? When the mother looks at the shoes, what does the mother look at? मेरे बेटे के shoes हैं, मेरी बेटी के shoes हैं, हाँ? ये मेरी बेटी का पहला मोजा, first socks of my daughter, first socks of my son. I've still kept it. My son is taller than me. So they remind us, the paraphernalia of the baby remind of the baby to the mother or to the father. So similarly, when a devotee sees Krishna or Krishna's paraphernalia, which everything is Krishna's, like Prabhupada could see Krishna everywhere. Now we can't. We see male, female, we see building, car differently. Shukadev Goswami, for example, elevated devotees, Prabhupada, they see Krishna or Krishna's energy everywhere. They can clearly connect with it. We can't. But this person, in this verse, Yomam Pashati Sarvatra, Sarvam Chamai Pashati. So if he is in that situation where he's seeing me everywhere, what is the result? Tasyaham na pranashyami. I never forget that person. And we also gave one example on this one. Anyone remembers? From a Purana. Hanumanji, Lord Ram diary. Anyone remembers that example? Can say quickly. Vijay Kopi Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu, there are two types of diaries. In the first diary, like when Hanumanji was referring, like it is the diary where, the devotees who love Krishna, who love Rama, those names would be there. And then his name was not there in the diary and he was so upset. And then Ram said that there is another diary, did you refer that? And in that diary, only Hanumanji's name was there because Ram said that this is the diary whom I remember.
Yeah.
So remembers Hanumanji.
Yeah.
So his name was in that diary.
Yeah. So very nice. So this is this verse you can apply very nicely on this particular story, this particular pastime. So Krishna or Ram never forgets that person. So our duty should not be like, if Krishna ko samajh mein aa raha hai ki nahi? Is Krishna listening my chanting? Is Krishna watching my services? I'm suffering so much. I'm having so much difficult time. Krishna is watching everything. Everything is being watched by Krishna. And as I said, he is very loving God. He's not gone anywhere. He's not gone anywhere. He's with you. And actually, he's the only one with you. No one else with you. Once Jayapataka Maharaj was giving a class, he asked, he's also very humorous. He said, so please tell me, he asked everyone, so how many people love you? So Maharaj asked that question, how many people love you? Someone said, so first they think about it, okay. 7, 5, 10 people love me. And Maharaj said, 0. 0 people love you. Only one person love you, who is Krishna. Huh? Only Krishna loves us. We have this illusion. Sorry, it's not to disrespect any relation, but our relations are filled with some ulterior motives. Huh? It's just the way this material world is. No one is perfect. It's not a fault-finding thing, but that's the reality of the world. Every single relationship in the world is filled with some ulterior motive. But only relationship with Krishna doesn't have any. So Krishna loves us. Except Krishna, no one loves us. Or Krishna's representative, because they have no other motive. So nice verse. Now we go to this questions by Arjun. Sorry, we take it from 33. So Arjun's asking a question. Now you're talking about mind control, but mind is very, very difficult to control. And go to this one. Very famous verse in the list. Rupa Prabhu. Chanchalam, no, not. Okay.
There's only one shloka, 647.
Really? 627?
47.
47, okay, that's also very important. Yeah. Anyway, you can remember this after your exam, that's all right.
Yes, after the exam.
After the exam. But wo din kabhi nahi aayega. That day will never come. Anyway, many devotees know this verse. So Chanchalam Himana Krishna. So he's saying, but controlling the mind is so difficult. So Chanchalam Himana Krishna Paramati Balvadraham Tasyaham Nigraham Mane Vaya Risudashkam. So I can control even the wind. I have celestial weapon to control the wind, but I cannot control my mind. Krishna is very, very difficult. Now, again, it's not Arjuna's difficulty. He's representing a normal human person here. And then 4 properties he's giving. Chanchala. Chanchala means flickering. Example of Chanchal. Anyone can just unmute and quickly respond. Example of Chanchal. Flickering.
A child.
A child. Thank you. Second, Pramathi. Pramathi means mattaha pramattaha. Nunam pramatta kurte vikarma.
Somebody who's agitated, very like.
So matta means pagal. Pramatta means supreme pagal, super mad. Our mind is super mad. Dil to pagal hai, huh? Sabne dekhi hai? No, you don't have to tell me, but so no, actually that's wrong. Super pagal hai. Our mind is super mad. Krishna is saying, Arjun is saying, Pramathi, super mad. Example. We gave the example of a boxer. What was his name? Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali was a boxer, big boxer, huh? He sort of challenged. No one can stand in front of me for what, 120 or 90 seconds, something, huh? Pramati, super mad. Suppose.
Muhammad Ali, you gave for strong and super mad.
Yeah, strong and super mad. Thank you, Mataji. Mataji, remember everything. Balwad, Balbadraham. So Balwad. Now, if he goes to a mental asylum, just imagine. I wish not, but if he goes to will it be easy to control him? Doctors will be pulling their hair if they had one. Ye kahan se aa gaya? Where does he come from? Huh?
He's dead.
Huh?
He's dead.
He's dead. Oh, is it? Oh, sorry, I didn't know that. I'm just giving an example, so don't take it personally if you're a fan of him. Anyway, so Pramathi, super mad. Balavad means very, very strong. And Dradham. What does Dradham mean? Meaning and the sort of significance here of Dradham. So Drad usually means determined. It's a very actually positive connotation word, but here Dradham refers to negative connotation. Jiddi. In Hindi they call it Jiddi, obstinate. Huh? Some children are very jiddi, very obstinate. Huh? No matter what you give them, what you tempt them, nahi to nahi. Nahi karna matlab nahi karna. Huh? Our mind is also like that. Once it thinks about it, no matter how many logics you give, it doesn't accept any logic. I think Chaitanya Prabhu was giving one example. Even Lord Brahma comes, he gives Shastri examples. You will just not get convinced because it's like a person who is saying, I've already made up my mind. Don't confuse me with the facts. I've already made up my mind. Don't confuse me with the facts. Now, usually it's other way. You look at the facts and then you make up your mind. Huh? You have to buy a fridge. You look at the fridge, you know, kahan milega, what, Kmart or wherever, I don't know, good guys. Huh? You look at different products, you look at different things, you look at your budget, and then you make up your mind. Oh, this one suits my budget. This one suits my family. This one is suitable for me. So how did you make up? That means our mind is just mad. Huh? So it just thinks, and once it gets convinced, even for a wrong thing, it just goes for it. Huh? So he says, because of 4 things. So Krishna gives a solution to that. What's the solution Krishna is giving? 2 solutions. One proscription, one prescription. One what to do, one not to do. So Manmohan Prabhu will say, chai pakode bilkul band. Take this medication 3 times a day. No chai pakoda, no ice cream, no. Huh? Prabhuji, aam kha sakte hai? Bilkul nahi. No mango. So unless you avoid these things, Manmohan Prabhu will say, you cannot get well. I'm giving you medication and you'll come back to me after a week. Doctor Saab, dawai kaam nahi kar rahi. Like, dawai kaam kar rahi hai, the medicine is working, but you're still eating chai pakoda so much. Huh? You will have diabetes, you will have whatever. So you have to avoid few things and you have to do few things. There are some yam, some niyam. So yam is what not to do, niyam is what to do. So as we know, there are 4 regulatory principles. We do that and then we chant Hare Krishna, we serve Krishna, we read, we study, we come in association of devotees, and that sort of purifies our heart. So 2 words are here, abhyasen and vairagya. So abhyas means what to do, vairagya means what not to do. So do's and don'ts. Now Arjun has another question. Okay, fine, I understand you are saying you can control your mind by some do's and don'ts, but that will be a very, very long practice. What if I was practicing and I become Hare Krishna in the middle of it? I started doing a PhD, but I just in the last semester, just before submitting my essay, I leave the word. What will happen? It says, what is the destination of the unsuccessful transcendentalist? That's the main question Arjun is asking. So Krishna responds in 2 ways. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. One answer will be based on short-term practicing yogi and one will be based on long-term practicing yogi. So 40, first give a generic answer. Very nice. It says, Parth neve na mutra. So amutra means in different word. Iha means in this world. So in this world or in the next world, vinashastasya na vidyate. So na has to come from here. Vidyate. Vinash, destruction does not exist for that person. For which person destruction does not exist? Kalyan Kashid, one who is involved in Kalyan activities, auspicious activity. Here, auspicious refers to Krishna conscious devotional activity. So, even if you perform little devotion, anyone remembers the shloka from the second chapter?
Alpamapi yasya dharmasya matatra.
Thank you. Everyone is prepared for the exam. Thank you. I was just testing. So, destruction does not exist. Even if you chant one name of Lord Ram, if you have taken one bite of prasadam, if you have seen one sannyasi, one devotee in your life, you have ever bowed down to Krishna, even once in your lifetime, Yamraj says, don't bring those souls to me. What's that verse? 6:329. Anyway, I know that was can't remember at this stage. Anyway, so whoever has involved in this kalyan krita karshit durgatim tatga. So na durgatim, uski durgati nahi hogi. He will never get to a bad destination. So Krishna consciousness will never be like does not give fruits. It will give fruits. And what will be the fruit? Always positive. Always positive. Material activity, some activity will give positive fruits, some activity will give negative fruits. But Krishna consciousness will always give. Even when Valmiki was chanting Mara, 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 Mara. Now, is Mara auspicious word? Mara means death. Dead. So Mara is not an auspicious word at all. But Valmiki, just by chanting Mara, Mara, became the Guru of Lord Ram. Just imagine the situation, the power of the holy name. So some people say, Man nahi lagta. My mind is not engaged in the chanting of Hare Krishna. So the response is given, your mind is not involved in chanting Lord Ram's name, but is Lord Ram mind is not involved in the person who is chanting the Lord Ram's name? Aapka man nahi lagta. Ram ka bhi man nahi lagta. No one can deny that. Lord Ram is listening you. Lord Ram is listening you. You say, Lakh sankat pade sharira, Ram naam mat chodo veera. No matter what happens to you, to your body, to your mind, to your family, to your wealth, to your this and that, Ram naam mat chodo veera. You should never quit chanting the holy name of Lord Ram, ever. Under any circumstances. This is the only thing which we can hold on to. So, na durgatim, he will never see any inauspicious things. And whatever so-called inauspicious thing comes in that devotee's life, that is an arrangement of the Lord to bring that devotee very, very soon back to the lotus feet of the Lord, to the Shri Radha Gopinath. Na durgatim. Now, 41 is the response to the short-term yogi who has performed tapasya for the short term. It says prapya punya kratam lokan. So what does punya kratam lokan refers to? What does punya refers to here? Devotional definition, not translation. What's the devotional definition of punya?
Swargalok.
That's not devotional translation. That's just a translation.
Sukriti.
Sukriti, little more. Bhakti Charu Maharaj said very clearly, very simple definition of punya. Anything which takes you towards Krishna is punya. Anything which takes you away from Krishna is pap. And that can be me being a devotee, just by being devotee, so-called devotee. If I become very proud, is that very favorable to become a good devotee? No. As soon as the pride or arrogance come in our heart, Krishna doesn't like us, actually. Krishna doesn't like us. Krishna actually says at one place to Narad Muni in Ramayana, he says, I can tolerate anything in my devotee but the leprosy of arrogance. He said that. I do not like the pride in my devotee. And just to curb the pride of this is the conversation between Lord Ram and Narad Muni when Lord Ram has so-called lost Sita and he's going from forest to forest, he's crying. In Valmiki Ramayana, there's a description of Lord's crying in only 11 chapters. Not verses, 11 chapters Lord Ram is crying. So Narad, when he comes to Lord Ram and says, my dear Lord, why are you suffering so much? He said, only for one reason. Now, there are multiple reasons, but In that conversation, he said, because I don't like seeing the leprosy of arrogance in my children's heart. To remove your leprosy of arrogance, I adopted this Leela. So Lord Ram responds to Narad Muni, he doesn't like arrogance. Huh? So anything, even when we are in front of Radha Gopinath, we can become very proud. I'm such a good speaker. I'm such a good kirtaniya. I'm such a good pujari. I'm such a good manager. I'm such a big president or whatever. Whatever illusions we may have, that is pap. Simple. That is pap. Because that so-called quality is taking us away from Krishna. So very simple definition. I love Maharaj's simple definition. In material terms, Rupam Prabhu, you're right. Punya means heavenly planets. Some benefactory activities which we do. So yeah, in this verse, you're right, Rupam Prabhuji. Prape Purnikartam refers to going to heavenly planets because this person has done some nice so-called pious activities. So it will live there for how long? Now we talked about 4 types of jivas. Anyone else can say? What are the 4 types of jivas we discussed here? Now, Prabhu, thinking. So Martya, you remember? Martya, Amara, Chiranjeevi, and Nitya. What's the definition? Manohan Prabhuji, you can help.
Chiranjeevi Prabhu gave the example of Markandeya Muni.
Thank you. Yeah.
He lived a very, very long life.
Yeah, they outlive even Brahma. So they see multiple Brahmas in their lifetime.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's Martya. Sorry, that's Chiranjeevi or Nitya. Everyone knows Nitya. One who lives in the spiritual world. That's Nitya. We are Chota. Bottommost. Martya. Kyun hum sab marenge? We will all die. So we are all called Martya. Something we may not become wealthy, we may not become famous, but one thing is definite to all of us. What? We'll all die. We'll all have a date of expiry. Believe me or not, you may laugh at me. We'll all have date of expiry. We have date of birth and date of expiry. Death certificate will be given. Maybe not be. We don't know. If you go to, MI 380, you never know where you will land that night. Anyway, so Martya and Amar. Who's called Amar and why?
Amar are the people like in the Swarga Loka, but that's just a so-called advertisement.
Yes, false advertisement.
Buying their, the garland, the flower.
Withered, yes.
They
throw him out. They throw him out and they advertise. No one dies here. No one dies here. We throw you. You work in a hospital when someone is about to die. You throw him out of the hospital. You die on the street, not on my bed. So your hospital will be famous as like a Amara. It's fake. It's fake. Yes, Rupam Prabhu.
Bro, as it says that the living entity stays, enjoys in planets of living entities.
Yes.
So what happens in those many, many years of enjoyment if he commits sinful activities? And
no, you can't. The thing is, Prabhuji, as far as Krishna has created the material world, only the human yoni, human species, incur sin or papa, sin or pious activity. Demigods generally don't. Now, technically they do, and I'll give you an example of Indra when he was looking at Ahilya with that sinful propensity, he got punished. Indra killed Pratasur, he got punished. But generally, every other yoni except human yoni, they just suffer or enjoy their karma. So it says only Karma Bhumi is a earth planet or middle planetary system. Everything is Bhog Bhumi. Means you just do bhoga, pap, or like you go to Patal Loka Prabhu, you don't incur any pious activity. You give some donation to a person there. You don't do that. But Prabhupada said the preachers go there. Now, who is the preacher there? Yamaraj is the preacher. Yamaraj is preaching 6.3. You see, he's preaching to his assistants. We read that in BSS, 1.5 years. Yamaraj is preaching there. Sure. And Prabhupada writes in on the purport, Yamaraj has a Vishnu Narayan deity. Yamraj has a temple there. So Yamraj worships. He's a Mahajan. So these activities obviously going on. So his account is also getting filled with his devotional activity. But generally, they're all Bhog Bhumi. But they do get reactions as well. Like Vidura, in his previous birth, he was the Yamraj, and he got cursed by Mandavya Muni. And he said, you shouldn't be in your position. So he became a son of a Shudra. Narad Muni, when he was a Gandharva, he got cursed. So those things also happen.
Yeah.
Similarly.
Yeah, that's good. So, bro, why is it discouraged that don't follow this part that you go to heavenly planets and then, because as per this verse, if Krishna is looking after, then you go to the heavenly planets, you enjoy there, and you come back and you can do your sadhana.
Like Prabhuji, your child, I think is in India. He wants to come to the dad, and he catches a flight, Thai Airways or something from Calcutta, and your father, you will be desperately waiting. Venu kab aayegi? Venu kab aayegi? Venu kab aayegi? Huh? And any father like that. Now, if your child is start taking, say, 1.5 or 2 days, takes 200 days to come to you. Left India, but takes 200 days. Will you be happy, Prabhuji? सिंगापुर देखना है पापा, बर्मा देखना है, श्रीलंका देखना है, पाकिस्तान देखना है, क्या देखना है? You'll tell Venu, what are you going to look in Pakistan? What are you going to look in Sri Lanka? What are you looking in Burma? Huh? Come to Australia, I'll show you Harbour Bridge. Similarly, Krishna saying, what are you looking in Swargaloka? It's like Sri Lanka. Sorry.
Unless it's COVID, Prabhu, yes, sure.
Unless it's COVID. There is no unless in Krishna's nature. Just go back to Krishna. You, as per you, Venu, you are wasting your time. Come back to Father. I have all the facilities for you to look after you very well, much better than Sri Lanka and Pakistan and all those Sudan. No, come back, beta, come back. But beta is just bewildered. What a 2-story building. Papa, I saw a 2-story building. I have 200-story building to show you here. You're wasting time in 2-story building. That's what we are doing, Prabhu. Swargaloka, what? Brahmaloka, what? What is there? What is there? Now we don't realize, I have no realization, Prabhu, but that's what the theory is. Huh? There's nothing much there. And Prabhu, just glimpse of that you can see in the material world. You go to Sydney, you go to Melbourne, you go to Brisbane, you go to sub jagah. One river is there. There are few buildings. That's called city. There will be a ferry. There will be a blue color bus or a yellow color bus. Sub same. You go to Europe, it's exactly same. Huh? London is same. Paris is same. Zurich is same. Everything is same. Literally, you go around and you'll actually reach to a conclusion. Actually, I don't want to see anything. There's nothing much there. I just want to go to Mayapur. I want to go to Vrindavan. I just want to do some real thing. Done enough childish things. Huh? I'm just saying a glimpse of it. You can see in the material world as well. You go to America, you go to Seattle, you go to New Jersey, you go to New York. It's exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Okay. And the next one, which he talks about this long-term unsuccessful yogi, athva, other, yoginameva kule bhavati dhimatam, etadi durlabh taram loke janm yadidisham. So this sort of janma is very, very rare. And he takes birth in the family of acharyas. And Prabhupada gave the example of himself and his Guru Maharaj as well. And he said we were very fortunate to have taken birth in such a pious family where we were trained in Krishna consciousness from the very beginning of our life. So I think we're discussing our kids are very, very, very fortunate. From the mother's womb, the kids are eating Krishna Prasad. They're chanting Hari Bol, Hare Krishna. So it should be very, very grateful to the Lord to have given those kids, because Prabhupada said these are all Vaikuntha kids. They are not normal kids. So we should be very fortunate to serve our kids in such a way that as best as possible, they can go back to Godhead in this lifetime, because they're already devotees. That's of sure. They are devotees, better than us. Okay, and we'll go to the 47, last one, the most important verse. I'll just do a 46 very quickly, because 46, 47 are very interrelated. So Krishna in 46 and 47 giving the conclusion of the whole chapter. And in 46, he recommends to be a yogi. And in 47, he tells which sort of yogi. So tapasvibhyo dikho yogi, jnanibhyopi matodhika, karme dikho yogi, tasmad yogi bhavarjuna. So adhiko, we all understand is better. So better than ascetic. Who is the better than ascetic? A yogi is better than ascetic. Yogi again is better than a jnani, not a jnan yogi, jnani. Prabhupada writes empiricist. And karme yogi, karmi, materialistic person, a fruitive worker, Prabhupada writes. So yogi is better than a tapasvi, a jnani, and a karmi. Tasmat, therefore, be a yogi. Arjun, become a yogi. Okay, fine. You are asking me to become a yogi. It's like, You go into medicine, and then Manmohan Prabhu will ask, or Vaishnavi will ask, Papa, which sort of doctor you want me to become? Which specialization I should do? Huh? So Mama will say, maybe beta, you can become a heart specialist. Papa will say, no, 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 no. Orthoped is better. Huh? So there'll be a fight there. But specialization, in which field you should specialize in? Huh? Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, or Ashtanga Yoga. Krishna says, none of those yoga. Yoginam api sarvesham mad gaten antaratmana shraddhavan bhajate yumam samay it. Bhakti Yoga is the best. Huh? Beta, Krishna specialist is the best. Then Mama, Papa will both agree. Huh? Beta, you become a devotee. You become a special devotee. Huh? That's the best specialist. Isn't it, Manmohan Prabhu? Better than all the other specialties.
Don't become a doctor. Do
Oh, I never expected that. Prabhu is talking heart to heart language. आज का दिन अच्छा नहीं गया क्या? Anyway, सब अंदर की बात है. So Krishna is saying, what sort of yogi you should become, what sort of specialization you should do. Mad gaten antaratmana. Antaratma, in the very core of the heart, as from the core of the heart, Manmohan Prabhu said, Doctor Mad Banna, don't be a doctor. Now, Vijay Gopi Mataji is not very happy. Her son is also a doctor. Or maybe, they both have the same views. I'm not too sure. But Antaratma means from the very core of the heart, what you are thinking about, Mad, me. Main, Bhagwan, Krishna. So at core of the heart, you're thinking about Krishna. And what you are doing externally, there are two parts, internal and external. Shraddhavan bhajate yomam. So aisa nahi ki you're just sitting and thinking about Krishna. No, you're doing bhajan of Krishna. And Prabhupada called it in NOD, active devotional service. Huh? It's not passive devotion. Oh, I love Krishna. And many people in India, I love Krishna. I love Laddu Gopalji, this and that. Never chant one name of Krishna. They never do any active devotional service to Krishna, just in emotional, many times sahajiyas as well. So Shraddhavan and Bhajan. Bhajan is not a forceful bhajan. Like right now, to be very honest, most of us are doing a forceful bhajan. We understand it's nice, but agar mauka mile to India-Pakistan match, I don't mind actually, So if the opportunity arises, I don't mind watching some occasionally. India-Pakistan or whatever, this and that. So, but he's saying Shraddhavan, he has full Shraddha in me. So Prabhupada writes, and of all the yogis, the one with great faith who always abides in me, thinks of me within himself, which is Mad Gaten Antaratmana, and great faith who always abides, Shraddha Bhajate Yamam, and renders devotional, transcendental, loving service to me. He is the most intimately united with me. Same Yukta Tamo Mata. So there are 3 degrees we were talking, Yukta, Yukta Tara, and Yukta Tama. In Bhagavatam also you'll read 3 words, Priya, Priyatara, and Priyatama. Now Priyatama is a very popular word in Hindi as a Priyatam, Priyatam. Many times we say, but we don't understand. Priyatam is whom you love the most. So Krishna is saying he is Yukta Tamo Mataha, Yukta Tamo, the highest degree. He is completely united with me, completely united with me. So he's saying most intimately united with me in yoga and is the highest of all. That is my opinion, mataha, opinion. That shows Krishna's humility. He's not an instructive God. He is the God who's giving his kids choices. Like all the parents here, I'm sure you give choices. Now, forcefully or willingly, that's another discussion altogether. But you give choices to your kids, Lal wala khana hai ki pila wala? And you say, no lal, no pila, neela. Give me the blue one. And Mama will say, that looks terrible dress. Don't buy that one. No, Mama, I like that one only. Mama will say, okay, beta, get whatever you want. So Krishna very lovingly giving us choices, is not giving us commandments. That's my opinion. So become a bhakti yogi. Okay, I'll stop here. If there are any quick questions or comments, we'll take. I want to spend 2 minutes for the exam discussion. I'm not going to open the paper today, but I can just tell what's expected on Sunday. Everyone is curious to listen about the exam. Forget this course. Okay, so as we have already discussed, nothing new. So we are meeting in Radha Gopinath Temple this Sunday, 11th of December, from 2 to 5. So please arrive at 1:45. just to get your laptop plugged in and get your chair, if you want a chair or mat, whatever you prefer, get your position, kone wala or beach wala, where you can peep from others, whatever. So give yourself 15 minutes, just get a glass of water. If you are late, if you arrive at 2:15, 2:30, exam will still stop at 4 o'clock. It's just a normal procedure. I'm not doing anything extra or less. There will be simple 1 or 2 liner questions or some fill in the blanks. There will be no essay writing, no long writing. So you're expected to write only 2 to 3 lines max for a question. Simple, you email me after you finish at 4 o'clock. Please be ready to arrange your hotspot. Sometime temple internet doesn't work. So have your hotspot or your other devotees hotspot you can use. You can email me, or worst case, you can give me an USB as well. So that's fine. And from 4 to 5, individually, you have to recite all the verses which are given for module 1, which I guess is 13 verses. You just literally 213, 214, 215 like that. You can just say, no, nothing else will be prompted to you, a 1/4 verse or something like that. And once you finish your verse, I expect all the devotees to stay till all the devotees are finished. So don't leave at 4 or 5. It just looks disrespectful to the devotee whose number is in the last, basically. And I'll have chits, actually, sorry to say, I'll have chits, I'll just choose. So there's no favorism that I will let this devotee. So I'll just have chits. So everyone respectfully wait for each other. It should only take, generally speaking, 3 minutes a devotee to speak 13 verses, generally. It can be 4 minutes, it can be 2 minutes. So we should all finish by 5 o'clock, and then we can all come out together. Your assignment must come before the exam. If you have not submitted your assignment, as per the MI rule, MIHE rule, we should not visit the exam center, basically. So please make sure your assignment has come, and I will definitely acknowledge you that I have received it. Now, as I said, I have not checked it. I will be checking all the copies, will be giving you marks when you arrive in January, or somewhere in January, you'll get the results. Okay, any quick questions anyone has regarding the exam? Any doubts, confusions?
Oh, the question paper is the physical one, or
yes, Prabhuji, I'll give you in a piece of paper. I'll go to a printout.
And then we have to type it.
Prabhu, you need a help with printout. Let me know.
Mohit Prabhu is ready.
Yeah.
He's super cute. Yes, Prabhuji, not this time. You always help me in getting printout for temple. But this time, actually, I went to my work just to get a printout. So you'll get a physical piece of paper, Mataji and Prabhuji and everyone. Where you don't have to type the question, Prabhuji and Mataji. I don't expect, just write question 1, question 2, question, answer 1, answer 2, answer 3. Make sure your numbering is correct. That's all. I don't want to waste your time in typing. No, I don't expect you to type. Just write answer 3, whatever the meaning. Mithyachara. What does mithyachara mean? A fake pretender, something like that. And please explain. Don't just write pretender. Just explain in 1 line. I literally expect you to be able to explain the term. Don't just write the English, Hindi, or Sanskrit and come back. So just write 1 line or 1.5 lines, something like that. So I understand that you understand the concept, because I prefer you to understand the concept rather than just going to the meaning of it. Unless it's a fill in the blanks where you just are supposed to write 1 word and you get 1 mark. Okay, so most of the question are like 1 or 2 marks questions, and yeah, it is straightforward. At the same time, you should please cram all your assignment which you have done. Plus, you should have just get a good overview of these main verses which I have covered. Honestly, I'm not covering these verses because they are in the exam. I'm just covering because I think they're important. So just look at these verses. I'm not expecting you to cram the verse, but just understand it. Like 630, for example, 634. Just have a look at the verse. There are 4 properties of the mind given. If you know them, exam will be super easy for you. Because assignment, most of the questions are coming from assignment, but not everything. Roughly speaking, I would say 60-40. 60 is straight from assignment, 40 is around those concepts. Because you are expected to know. Otherwise, it will be just an open book exam, You have written 63 questions, now only 50 you have to write. No, it's not like that. Around 60-40. 60% you will see similar questions are there. Oh, I have written this. You will just know exactly. 40% you may need to ask your intelligence what's the answer, but I'm sure everyone can do it. And 65% is the pass marks in everything, basically. Shloka, written and the assignment you are submitting or you have already submitted. Okay, Rupam Prabhuji.
So, on the verse recitation, are you expecting it to be in a sequence wise?
Yeah, if you want to break the sequence, I don't mind, honestly. Yeah.
As long as we hit the 13 number, it's
Hit
fine.
the 13 number, and I'm already expecting Prabhuji, just be clear in your pronunciation. You can practice at your home or with another devotee over the phone. Just say, do you understand me? Honestly, just practice it. Huh? And one thing which I have done for myself, it may not work for you, I write the shlokas. That's how I remember. I have actually shloka book, multiple of them. I write 3, 4, 5, 10 times. I write the shloka. Now you're not expected to do that. I'm saying one of the way of remembering the shlokas is by writing it. By writing, you become clear. Many times, I'll be very honest, I thought I know the shloka, but I started writing. Actually, I didn't know the shloka because I was missing some words there. Some words were not clear. The matras were not clear. But now I wrote, the shloka became clear to me. That worked for me, may not work for you. Writing really helps actually. But Ghanshyam Prabhu is so kind. He said, devotees, in this exam will not write. Just sun lena, theek hai. Just hear from them. I said, okay, shunu, I'll hear from them. He's very kind. Jamati Mata is laughing, pehle ve kyun nahi bataya? In previous batches, she had to write 16 verses in each exam, write it with all the matra correct. Okay, I think I'm clear. Tanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
On that 40% that will not come from the assignment in the test, is there any, is that from anywhere in the first 6 chapters, or is that probably going to be from the same text?
Popular verses, Mataji.
Okay.
Popular verses, and I have covered actually a lot of them in last 2 classes or probably 2.5 classes. Because you're supposed to know what's happening. And as I said earlier as well, just look at this PDF file. This is your key. Just go through this file. Just get to know an overview of the chapter in your head. Look at some popular verses. The recording is available, I guess, Sumit Prabhuji.
Yeah.
I have never looked at these recordings, but I'm sure something is there somewhere in the space. Look at the verses which we have discussed and some theories. And I think that should give a very good space to all of you.
Yeah. And Prabhuji, my second question is, I'm very slow with shloka recitation. So is there a time constraint that I have to?
No, there is no time constraint for anyone. So as I said, roughly 3 minutes, you may take 4 or 5 minutes. That's okay. But again, don't take half an hour. Just after one word, I'm thinking. So, and that's what I'm saying. Please use some, have your mother, father, brother, sister to listen to you. Huh?
Yeah.
Make sure you are within the 5-minute range. And if you have practice, what you want to recite. I'm not going to ask like, oh, what's 646? Oh, I've only learned 647. So you know what you want to recite.
Yeah.
So just recite them with them a couple of times, and that's it. Use your kid. You always listen to them. They should also listen to you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Mahavasu Prabhu is looking very, very serious. Is he totally in agreement or in total disagreement?
Prabhu, I'm just
bewildered.
wondering how it's going to be. Yes, bewildered. Simple as that. Yes.
Prabhu, you can do it, Prabhu.
Prabhu, you say it very easily. That's why. So you are actually encouraging us. So which is nice, Prabhu. Thank you.
I'm just presenting the reality. I'm just a mediator, Prabhu. I told you I didn't even write the paper. The question paper I have not written. I told you. So I'm just literally a facilitator, a mediator. Nothing is mine. I'm just facilitating the whole thing from this end to that end. I have not made your question paper, Prabhu, as well. I'll be checking.
Nightmares, Prabhu, actually.
Mataji. Our hopes are relying on you. You are like our, father, mother figure.
No, actually, till 1 o'clock, I couldn't sleep, and then later on, I started chanting also.
I'm not so scary, am I?
No, not you, Prabhu. The exam fear. After 30, I haven't done my exams like 30 years before. Like, I'm doing it again. So I'm just literally scared.
No, Mataji, I'm sure you and others as well will do very, very well. It's a relatively very simple exam. That's all I can say. Previous batch was difficult. And actually, to be very honest, and I think I expressed my desire earlier as well, I would prefer to be a bit more higher. But yeah, it's just for learning. Unless the force is given, it's just, I'm talking a normal nature, at least for me. We don't learn. With the force, we learn for a good purpose, not for marks purpose, but we learn. Like at least, remember, we have learned 13 verses, or you are still in process. Huh? If the exam wasn't there, maybe not. Kal karenge. So with the pressure of exam, at least we know 13 verses we can recite. Viraj Prabhu loves verses, and you can see his devotion through verses coming out. So they do help. They are transcendental. So when we recite, we chant, and later, higher stage, we take shelter in those verses. Okay, let's stop here. You really look very tense, most of you, except Lord Jagannath. So look at Jagannath, take darshan. Jai Jagannath, Baldev Subhadra ki jai. And we are with the Radha Gopinath. We are with our parents, so there's nothing to get scared about. And we are sitting in the temple, and I'm sure Vanmali Prabhu is making nice, wonderful feast for all the devotees after 5 o'clock. So you take nice darshan, nice katha and kirtan and prasada, everything is there. And your father is with you. So no need to worry. Just come. Even if you sort of fail, so what? It's all right. We all fail in so many things anyway. One more.
Application of Nishkama Karma Yoga.
That's a good one. Completely detached. So Chaitanya Prabhu, just last thing, and then I'll leave you. He said there is a difference between detachment and irresponsibility. Detachment should come after we have done the job, and irresponsibility is before the job. So he said, while you are studying for the exam, you should study very hard. Prabhu said, Radhesham Prabhu and Chaitanya Prabhu. After the exam, you can be Nishkam Karma Yoga, detached.
Prabhu, just a scenario analysis. What if one fails?
We'll respond to you later. Once Prabhupada was asked this question in Vrindavan, Prabhupada, what if someone offends, someone eats meat in Vrindavan? Prabhupada responds, what if someone smokes ganja? Someone offends a devotee, and Prabhupada got annoyed actually, and he said, because you want to commit the offense, that's why you're asking. And Prabhupada did not respond, so sorry.
I don't want to commit that, but I'm saying that if
with all due respect, we'll respond to you after the exam. We'll tell you the procedure of coming out and entering into module 2, because module 1 has to be passed before you enter into module 2. And I'm really hoping after 9 or 10 months of me speaking and you listening, at least, otherwise I haven't done a good job. Which I agree, but I hope all of you will be merciful on me and show it to Ghanshyam Prabhu that, you know, काम चल रहा hai. Something is going on.
So there will
anyway, it will be embarrassing for all of us. Anyway, keep it easy. Keep it easy. You're just coming to your Gopinath temple. Come, all of you come nicely, and we'll all have fun. Krishna conscious fun, I mean, not normal fun. Fun with Krishna, fun with the service of Krishna. Okay?
Okay.
Let's stop here. Don't become too serious. Shadam, sleep.
I hope you pray for us, Prabhu.
We'll be there, Mataji. Manmohan Prabhu has a question.
I was just saying, ki medicine, we always used to have exam postponed.
This is the ultimate medicine. So, Ante Narayane Smriti, Antakal Narayana Smriti. So, just consider this.
I hope we can pass, Prabhu. Please pray for us.
Oh, Mataji, you're also there. See, she will be there to bless all of you. Isn't it, Priya Mataji?
I need prayers. I need your blessings.
She is covering all of us, I have to say. Mohit Prabhu and Priya Mataji has been very kind. We'll describe their seva later, but I can't describe right now. But they'll be intensely praying for all of us for those 3 hours. Okay, let's stop here. I think you are becoming really very tensed. Just relax, just study nicely, and yeah, it's okay. You're all preachers. Most of you are taking classes and preaching to others. It's just first 6 chapters, 13 verses, so it's going to be very, very easy. Just relax and come, and you'll be fine. Gopinath will take care of you. Okay, and most of you, I'm hoping will stop actually at 3:30 itself. So we might finish little early. If everyone finishes, obviously, we can start the shloka early, and then you may get out early. But I'm still giving, some people may be slower than others. That's okay. 2 hours is given. Ghanshyam Prabhu originally put only 90 minutes. I put 120 for the same paper. I said, it's all right. I'm always more relaxed. It's okay. Half an hour doesn't hurt. And Ghanshyam Prabhu is also okay. Yeah, it's okay. Anyway, you'll be fine. Okay, we'll see most of you. I know 1 or 2 devotees traveling to India. They will not be able to attend this exam, but we have to just do it a little later for them, which we just can't avoid. They can't cancel their tickets. Okay, thank you so much to all of you. And we'll see you all in Gopinath Temple around 1:45 p.m. on Sunday. Please bring your laptop, chargers, and whatever else Sumit Prabhu has mentioned in his list earlier, and he will republish the list on Sunday morning. And someone can bring an extension cord as well, multi-plug and extension cord. That will be nice. Okay, let's stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Shri Gopinath ki jai. Bhakti Shastri students ki jai. Gaurav Premanande. Hari Hari Bol. Bhagavad Gita ki jai. Hare
His
Krishna.
Grace Hemanga Chaitanya Das Prabhuji ki jai.
I'm a middleman, Prabhu. There is no jai to me.
Prabhu, you are Siksha Guru, so obviously.
What?
All glories to you.
I'm learning through you, honestly.
And you're going to mark our answers, Prabhu.
So obviously we have to give you double jai.
Someone has cut my screen. Actually, they're angry at me. Already angry. I will come with a helmet or something on Sunday. Mask and helmet. One month, maybe you can bring a better mask for me. Operation Theater one. Okay, no worries. Even devotees ka thappad is also a mercy. Even the slap of a devotee is a mercy. Okay, thank you everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.